I still got shit in my fucking beard and mustache.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Halftime Coach and Adjustment Show with Coach Ed and Philly Halftime, my brother from another. We really appreciate everyone tapping in today to be here with us. You know, you guys are phenomenal. You make this thing well worthwhile. So thank you all for, always supporting us. So today, we were hoping to have, a special guest, but, family life happens. We all go through it. So, hopefully we'll have Big Lou from G Nation Sports in on another episode. But, Lou, I'm always thinking about you, brother, and I hope everything is well. So, but today we have, quite a few things that we're going to talk about, and we're looking forward to your interaction with us. But before I do that, as always, I'm going to check in on my brother. How you doing, Halftime? How's everything going with you?
Doing good. Work's been beating the shit out of me, but it is what it is. It's doing good though.
Yeah, what are they doing at work?
Huh?
What are they doing to you at work?
We're so busy, and it's so much shit going on. It was 103 degrees for the past 2 days. Heat back up, and it's hot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You work outside. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Hopefully you stay hydrated as always. So, but let's just jump into the chat real quick. Checking in on everybody. What's up, Nick? Yes, you got the first comment, so let's light it up. Alex from Big Blue in the Bronx. What's up, crew? Halftime, I was at the first game between the Phils and the Yanks. I don't like Philly, but Citizens Bank is beautiful. Jim Steak in South Philly are top tier as well. So,
yeah.
Okay. Alex. What's up, Victor? Thanks for tapping in. Everyone, again, thank you for being here. Do us a favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button on Philly Halftime on the Hardcore Sports Network and also on Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Really helps us out immensely. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification button. This way, when we'll put out new content, and you'll be able to jump right in and be a part of the stream, and always share on all your social media platforms. We really appreciate you guys doing it for us.
Please share it out.
Yes.
So we can grow.
Exactly. So today we're going to get into, a couple of topics. First one, of course, near and dear to your heart, going to talk a little bit about baseball. So a lot going on. Alex was just talking about what's going the stadium down there in Philly. So but let's jump right into it. You're going to start with the standings in terms of the overall standings for the whole league. I'm going to give you the top 10. The Guardians are sitting top at 67-42. Philly is at number 2, 65-44. They're 2 games behind the Guardians. Baltimore and the Yankees are tied at 65-46. They're 3 games behind. The Dodgers are 63-47. They're 4.5 games behind. The Brewers are 62-47. They're 5 games behind. The Royals are 62-49. They're 6 games behind. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Twins are 60-48 at 6.5. Atlanta is 60-49 at 7 behind, and Boston and Arizona are both tied at 8.5 behind. Boston is at 58-50, and Arizona is 59-51. So I'll give it to you that way. So, but that's pretty much the top in terms of the baseball spectrum overall. What are your thoughts on that? Are there any teams that surprise you in that top 10?
Not really,
Mm-hmm.
because it's been like that like the whole year.
Okay.
Nothing really outstanding, but look at the Phillies; they're dropping fast.
To me, it
And
was
you
the
got
Royals.
to admit when the Phillies are dropping fast. So, Phillies are dropping fast.
The Guardians are 8-2 over the last 10. Phillies are 2-8. Ooh, wow. Baltimore's 5-5. The Yanks are 6-4. The Dodgers are 4-6. Milwaukee is 5-5. Kansas City and Minnesota and Atlanta are 6-4. And Boston is 5-5. And Arizona is 8-2 over the last 10. So, yeah, the Phillies are dropping, man. I mean,
Phillies are dropping fast.
Yeah,
everybody else is staying the same. It's the Phillies who are dropping. Everybody else, they're giving them all year long the normal numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The only person ain't giving the normal numbers out are the Phillies.
But what about the Royals? I mean, I wasn't expecting them to be in the tops in the league. I mean, they're 6 games out of the overall tops. They're 62-49. And let me see what they are in their division. Where are they sitting at? They're right behind the Guardians. So
yes,
they
were always behind. They were always fighting with the Twins. So you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
So it was always their numbers were always there. It wasn't like they were always
I got you.
1 or 2 wins away from each other.
Yeah, for me, it was just I've always been used to the Royals for the past few years being at the lower spectrum of things. But I mean, they're in the number 2 spot in the wild card in the AL. Because Baltimore and the Yankees are tied, so one is on the division.
The Royals got a good bullpen.
Okay.
People say they got a bad bullpen, but they really do got a better bullpen than the Yankees or the Phillies.
Well, yeah, I know the Yankees bullpen has been, crazy. I was expecting them to do something during the trade deadline, to get some good. I mean, you got brought in, what's his name? What was it, Leiter? Was it Leiter? I forgot who they just brought in. Let me look it up at the trading deadline. But I know they did get somebody, that they brought in for the bullpen. Let me see where you guys stand. Yeah, you're number 1 overall in all of the National League. I think you're what? You guys are how many in front of the Dodgers? Regular season.
Dodgers are watch the Dodgers drop down. I want the Dodgers to not make the playoffs.
No, I think they're going to make the playoffs. They're 2.5 behind you.
But I want them not to. So that would be the biggest story. Who spent the most money?
Oh, of course, it's all the Dodgers. So I get it.
I hate the Dodgers, to be honest with you. I hate the Dodgers more than I hate the Yankees. That's saying something. I don't like the Yankees.
No, I got you. I'm just looking at the whole wild card picture in the National League. Yeah, you got the Braves in the top spot. The Mets are right there, the third spot in the wild card. So, or technically, they're tied with the Padres, but I guess because they have one less loss, that's why they have the position over
Yep.
the Padres. But the
I
Mets have been
mean,
playing.
Dodgers could drop fast. If they do what the Phillies have been doing and dropping 5
Well,
series in a row.
Well, they're 4-6 over the last 10, so I get it. Yeah, anything is possible. In that regard. Right now it looks like they're even on the road. They're barely over 500. They're 2 games over 500 on the road, 29 and
Yep.
27. So yeah, but I mean they're 14 over at home. So that's where they make the most of their positioning. So, but yeah, I mean it's yeah, this playoff positioning is crazy.
Yep.
I see Judge just hit his 41st home run. So today, which is crazy. Can he break his own record for the American League? Who knows? So I'm going to be watching that definitely. So, but and let's see what else they have on tap in terms of baseball. The trade deadline results. Who surprised you the most at the trade deadline?
The Mets.
Why do you say that?
How active like they really were, and I think they did the best with the trades, as how much movement they did, and
Mm-hmm.
they built their team up. Their team was hurt, right, during the
Mm-hmm.
whole
Mm-hmm.
year, and they
Mm-hmm.
knew to make moves, and they
Mm-hmm.
said, "Hold on, we're really close with the Braves. Boom, let's freaking stack this," and they did.
Good
They
point.
are saying, "Yo, we're gonna fight." They're not gonna lay down and say, "Hey, it's over for the year." They went and got a lot of pieces. They went and got arms. They went and got backs. You know?
I mean, you're making a great point. I mean, because it was thought that they were going to sell at the trade deadline, but they
Yes.
started, repositioning themselves and saw they had a chance. So yes, and that's a good thing. That's why to me, you have to be careful if you're trying to be, saying you're going to be a seller. That middle point, you might as well fight it out, for the whole season because you still have time to, your season has time to change. So, and the Mets are a prime example right now. So, but Nick has a comment for you. He said, "I'm very concerned about the Phillies. Rob Thompson is a problem. Would you agree with him at halftime?"
Totally agree with them. Been yelling about it for a while now. I've been yelling about Rob about 2 years. 2 damn years I've been yelling about Rob.
What
He's
is it
not a
about it?
manager. He's not a manager. He
When you,
is he's a
mm-hmm,
cheerleader that's in the dugout with his pom poms. He lets the players just play, and he never can manage a game. Perfect example. I got coach here, and I even told you I wanted to talk to you about this.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
All right. When you are a coach
mm-hmm,
and you're watching, you're watching me, you're watching your pitcher.
mm-hmm,
And all right, prime example, last night, our pitcher gave up a 3-run home run in the second
mm-hmm,
inning.
mm-hmm.
Right behind that, back to back, the bases got loaded.
Mm.
Do you pull the guy? Do you go talk to him? Well, they didn't do nothing. He gave up a grand slam.
Mm.
Like, you had to know as a manager, coach, that you had
Mm.
to pull that guy. So now
Well,
it's 7-0 in the second inning. You got to understand you don't need a defense out there because he's just giving up home runs.
What number pitcher was it? Is it was like your number one, your number two?
No,
Is it?
number 5, number 4. Phillips. He's just a young new arm,
Mm-hmm.
but he's pitched 3 great games, and he had a full game last time he was at bat. That last time he pitched, and he pitched a full game. So they were
Mm-hmm.
trying something new with him, but that full game might have burned him out because he's a young guy. We just brought him up. He's a young guy, and he was just getting lit up. They were hitting everything.
Well, based on what you were asking me in a situation like that, and it's tricky. It really is tricky. Number one, you don't want to break a young pitcher's confidence. And that's the first thing. Sometimes, you're saying, all right, he got us in there. You know what? You just got to deal with it. You got to pull your big boy pants up, and you just got to go. But again, how long has he been with the roster? Where is he in his development? And then your team
He's
itself
still developing. He's still developing.
So and that's the thing. I mean, now in that situation, based on everything you're saying and the feel of the game. See, that's the other thing, the feel of the game. Does it seem like we had a chance to get back into the game? Second inning, it's kind of hard to know completely. But yeah, pulling him out. I mean, the Yankees were pretty much the same way yesterday with Stroman. Stroman ended up giving up a total of 7 runs within the first 3 innings yesterday, and he ended up getting pulled. I think he got pulled in the top of the 3rd, and that's a veteran. So, and to your point, as you see, you gave a veteran guy the opportunity to really try and get himself out of the trouble. He didn't. You pulled him because he didn't have it, and you brought your bullpen in, and pretty much they shut him down the rest of the game. But you already gave up 7 runs. So to your point, yeah, and that's a veteran guy I think he would pitch 3 2/3 inning or 3 1/3, somewhere in that range. So, and he was responsible for 7 runs. So yeah, you pulled him. So to what you're saying with a young guy like that, maybe you should have pulled him. You should have pulled him, given your guys enough opportunity to get back into the game. I mean, Star Wars says Bryce needs to get going. So I mean, how did Bryce Harper play yesterday?
He strikes out or he pops up.
So he wasn't doing well yesterday.
He don't do either because this is me and you talk about a lot. Analytics. Analytics now these days tell you to go swing away and swing for home runs. Analytics are part of the problem. So we're only trying to play. We only try to go for hit home runs instead of playing small ball. Try to get on base. The Yankees were a perfect example. They will play small ball. That's how you beat us. You beat us by playing small ball.
Soto, because he surprised me.
Popping it up right in the outfield and nobody understanding what he was doing. And he's laughing at you because he goes, all I want to do, buddy, is get on base. That's my job.
Well, see,
but if you're going to give me a meatloaf over the plate, I'm taking it down. I'll smash it.
To your point about small ball, Soto, I think it was 2 games ago, he bunted. They put the shift on him, and he bunted. And I've been saying that for the longest while. When teams put the shift on, sometimes understand if it's nobody out and you have the shift on, I understand you're a power hitter. But you know what? Depending on who it is now, if it's Giancarlo Stanton, now I'm not expecting him to bunt, man. Because number one, he can't run. He can't run.
No,
but Soto can at least run.
He's fast, dude.
Exactly. So, and that's the thing. I like seeing guys do that. Where what? Number one, you force them to adjust their defense. So now they can't always put a shift on you, or your pitcher is basically telling you, the pitcher is basically telling you where he's going to try and pitch you. He's going to try and pitch you on the inside, and if you get a pitch away, then you can hit away. But I'm with you in terms of the analytics. All this analytics stuff is it's frustrating, it's aggravating. For me, it takes away from the game. And I'm saying to myself, hello, if the analytics say this, the other team knows what's going on. You have to play the game. You have to understand what's going on, get a feel for what's going on. Your pitcher may just not have it, like you're talking about. Yank him. He just may not have it for today. Going through warm-ups, you pay attention to him. Like you said, they were managing him in earlier games and they probably worked him a little bit too much. Well, guess what? This game, let's see, we might have to pull him early. Get your bullpen players ready. Guys, get ready. Start stretching in the second inning, especially after the first inning. Yeah, gave up 3 runs. He doesn't look like he has his fastball, or his fastball is not popping. Let's start getting guys ready. Flip side of that, though, if he sees it, then it could really affect his psyche. But again, we don't know these guys' psyche. Only the managers know, being in the dugout.
We're all thinking he was tipping his pitches, but the manager or the pitching coach is not understanding that he's tipping his pitches. Mm-hmm. That everybody already knows what's coming, and it's just like that's what you guys did to us one game. One of our pitchers was tipping his pitches. I think it was Wheeler or Nola. One of them was tipping his pitches, and you guys just Judge went, hit a home run right in the beginning, went down to the dugout, said, "Watch for this," and he went like this, "Watch for this," in the dugout, and you guys just friggin' grand slammed off us. You just beat the hell out of us. I mean, it was that was the day. It was like 18 to 4? You guys destroyed us, or 14 to 4?
14 to 4, yeah.
Whatever it was, but and then while you guys are playing home run derby, you're like, they're all going like this. Look at me, baby. I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. That's why I just hit this fucking 3-run home run. Mm-hmm. It's because this guy's tipping his pitch. And this is why I say Rob's not a manager. He's a cheerleader, just, trying to support the players. He's a player's coach. He wants to say, yeah, you guys got this.
Look, I'm with you. There's nothing wrong with being a player's coach, but yes, you still have to. The bottom line, the key word is coach. You have to coach them up. I get, supporting them. I'm supportive of my players, but I have a job to do. I have a responsibility to get the best out of you. That's some of the things that, look, if a pitcher is tipping his pitches, then yeah, it's up to that management staff as an organization to pay attention to that. Look at your own. The best thing about any type of coaching, managing, you can study the opposition all you want, but the biggest thing is also studying yourself. What are you doing that you need to improve on? Like in baseball, giving away your pitches. Let me get caught up in the chat real quick. I can't say this person's name. Kurt Curring.
Just say Kurt. I call him Kurt.
Starting tonight. What's up, Mike?
See, that's another reason. Why is Kurt starting? He's not that good. He's only good for about 2 innings.
Well, that must mean you're probably going to use your bullpen a lot.
We just used our bullpen.
Oh, okay.
I said it before. Here we go.
I said it before. Rob is a player's manager, and that's toxic. You have to be a stern manager. It doesn't work if you're a player's manager. I disagree with you. It's how you manage, Mike. It's how you manage them. Look, I've seen players, coaches who were, prime example, as a Yankees fan, Joe Torre. Joe Torre was a player's coach, a manager. He would talk to you, he would, he's like a father figure to a lot of guys. That's the thing. Being stern, you could be like Billy Martin and go ballistic all the time. It goes both ways. You have to be a great psychologist when you're a coach or a manager. because you're dealing with different attitudes and mentality. So
Yeah.
I don't want to make it seem like, if you're a player's manager or coach, it's the worst thing. No, it's like Halftime is saying, if he's just cheering them on all the time, you're not pulling to the side. You're not saying, well, look at this. You're not going over film. You're not, you guys are tipping your pitches. This is what we got to do to fix that. Then that's where being a player's manager or coach is a bad thing.
And what Mike's also trying to say is when he says players coach, like the lineup, we never change the lineup. Our lineup is stale. You know what I mean, Coach?
Gotcha. Okay.
You got the same lineup. He never goes in there and says, "All right, Schwarber, he's always batting first." And then he's never trying to change up the lineup, spice it up. We're like robots out there anymore. And I think that's why we lost 5 straight series. We're about to lose 6. If we lose today, we're going to lose 6 straight series. It does not work. You have to spice things up.
Yeah, good teams, you can lose a series here or there. Everyone does. But, you got to get back on the track. What do you got to do to get the guys back on track? Let's see what Article says. If Rangers don't make it, it'll be all right. Bruce Bochy wins it every other year. He's a good manager. They're going to be back next year. Okay. Rob doesn't pull his starters because he doesn't trust his bullpen. So he can't pull the starters. Who are you going to put in after you? Well, did you get anybody? Now, see, that's right there. That also points to your general manager. Were you able to get bullpen help? Because if you didn't, then if your manager doesn't trust your bullpen, in fairness to him, what is he supposed to do if you have a bad bullpen? Because
we just got a couple of new guys, got rid of some guys, went and got some new ones.
Okay.
But the problem is, Rob doesn't know how to pull a pitcher. Coach, if that pitcher is in trouble, it's over. He don't know when to pull him.
That's a different story. Yeah, that's a different story.
You watch the game. This is what drives me nuts. You watch the game. This guy might walk bases loaded, not the one damn strike. They don't go out there to talk to him. They don't go out there to find out, did you tweak your back? What is wrong? What the hell's going on? And there's no outs, and you just got bases loaded because your pitcher walked everybody.
Didn't they instill a rule that you can only go out to the pitcher's mound with the manager and the catcher like X amount of times?
I think it's like twice an inning.
Okay.
But then if you like the pitching coach is allowed to go out there once, right? And then if you're going to pull the pitcher, Rob's allowed to go out there. So it's just that's what you got.
But now,
you have to know when to pull him. You can't watch him load up the bases and say, "All right, let's see if he can fight his way out of this." Because now the defense is like, what the fuck? Now we got to try to make something happen here. Now we're being pressured because he walked everybody. I don't care what team you're playing for. That's what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
See, and that's where sometimes the game itself dictates what you should do. Like you said, he walked, and now walking 3 straight batters. Yeah, first and foremost, you got to go out there and settle him down. That's right there, because that's a lot of pitches right there. A minimum with 3 batters. If you just did 4 straight pitches, that's 12 pitches over 3 batters. Now I know it's going to be more than that. So you need to go out there. You need to settle him down, get everybody settled down, and like you said. Now my question is, do they also get an injury timeout where they, are allowed to go check on a player and it doesn't count as a visit to the pitcher's mound?
No, but the catcher, you can get an injury timeout if he's in.
Okay.
But your catcher can call a timeout, and he's allowed to go out there by himself. Now the catcher can go up there and say, "Yo, what the hell's going on?" And have if infielders are allowed to come and walk up to find out. So you can say if you have a guy on first, you're allowed to go, all right, we're making a plan to go get a double play here. You know? But the coaches are not allowed to come out. But your catcher's allowed to call that timeout.
Gotcha.
So there is ways around it, little.
That's what I was looking for. Exactly.
But if Rob don't know how to pull a pitcher, he don't know how to change a lineup. He's not a good manager.
Okay, pulling the pitcher it works two ways though. Because remember, you just said, as Mike said, he doesn't trust the bullpen. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to pull a pitcher if you can't trust your bullpen.
But it's a catch-22.
Yeah,
it's a catch-22. It's what it is. But guess what? When listen, it's like when you're in quicksand. It just keeps going faster and faster and faster, and you get up to your neck, and then you have no way of getting out of shit. It's already too late. And Rob always does everything way too late.
Oh, wait a minute. Nick says halftime those suck. Yankees play small ball, they win. Knicks rebound, they win. Mike says you can't play small ball. This team isn't built for that. The analytics have ruined. But I agree with you. Analytics have ruined baseball. But
Mike,
when you say
you can play small ball with this team, you know what the problem is? Your manager is saying, I don't want you to play small ball. I want you to hit home runs. The problem is, if you played small ball, you would hit more home runs.
Man on base, yep.
But, guess what? Analytics tell you different, and analytics is telling them you're a home run team, not a damn small ball team. There's a difference.
And Mike says there's a difference between being a player's manager and protecting your players.
Yes. There is a difference to that.
Yeah, I mean, protecting your players, yes. It doesn't matter if you're a player's manager or if you're a stern type of a coach manager. Your job is always to protect your players, no matter what. So, but again, it's the situation. That's why I look at it. Happy birthday, Boomer.
Okay. Boom. It's Boom's birthday today. Maybe he'll get a homer today.
Thunder's coach. He just put his guys into their standards. Yeah, I mean, so when you put guys into standard, number one, that's your culture. As a coach, you set the culture, and then the guys have to buy into that. So yesterday's offense was all Rojas.
Yeah, Rojas is the only one that fucking hit. And Star Wars is right on that. That's how bad our hitting was, Coach. Rojas, that can't hit worth a lick, was the only one hitting.
Well, I mean, look, you guys know the Phillies better than me. So, I mean, Mike saying he disagrees. These guys need to sit. They're not hitting. Cassie has been brutal all year. Stotts has been bad. Those guys need to sit, and don't get me started on Nola.
Stotts has been bad. Yep, I agree with that. If you sit them, you got to have players to put in their position.
Hay was supposed to be a full-time left fielder. Olympic swimming is on. What's up, Rav? El Capitan Rafael El Fucho. What's up, brother? How are you? Manager takes you out of the game. I know yesterday Aaron Boone took out Gleyber Torres, and Torres was upset. He was really, trying to, find out why, and he felt he should have stayed in. But to your point, yeah, manager should know when he needs to take out his players. It's the pitcher coach that has the pep talk. The manager should be able to have a pep talk with all his players. Yes, the other position coaches should as well, but the manager should be able to. If a manager can't talk to his players, then I'm sorry. Manager, coach, head coach, then you shouldn't be in that position. Catchers can make unlimited trips.
Hurt somebody's feelings.
Okay, thanks, Mike, for letting me know that. Thank you. That's my point with the analytics. No, I agree with you. You guys, halftime will tell you I don't like analytics. There's a place.
Nobody likes analytics on this one.
No. What's up, Skeleton? Thanks for tapping in. Each team gets 5 mound visits throughout the game. Okay, but is it the manager or is it the catcher, or is it both? Three managers are ruining their teams. 3 managers are ruining this team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what he's saying is, what Skeleton's saying is, Rob, it's the pitching coach, and it's the hitting coach.
Got you.
Now, like, coach, let's give an example. We're a hitting coach. We have not been hitting the ball. But the hitting coach has to be able to go up to Harper or whoever and say, listen, you might feel comfortable doing this, but now you had to, in the box, you had to move up a foot in the box. You might have to move a foot back in the box. You might have to move a foot like out of the box. Like, you got your box, and if you're sitting here, you got to go a little bit on the outside of the box because they're pitching into you. Hey, this pitcher likes to pitch into you, so you had to step out a little of your comfort zone, and you had to move your guy. We sit in the same spot every time, and our hitter never moves around in the box. You know what I'm saying to you, Coach?
But batters always stay in the same position.
No, but you can.
No, I know you can, but they're so used. They're creatures of habit.
Robots, and just you staying in the same position.
But they're creatures of habit.
Choke your bat up. Sometimes you got to choke the bat up. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you had to. Sometimes you had to drop or move up. A coaching hitter to be able to say, "Hey, you got to adjust a little bit," and you got to be able to try to adjust a little bit and move around a little bit. You know what I mean?
Are you saying all his players or to specific players? He should be saying this.
I don't know exactly because I'm not like a good hitting coach. I'm not like, know what I mean?
Well, what I'm saying is
they're over there, their analytics, watching all this shit. So they got cameras that are more zoomed in on how everything's coming at them.
Well, let me put it to you like this, okay? Aaron Judge, I'm gonna use him, okay? Are you saying that
I've seen Aaron Judge, he moves in the box.
But he does it. I'm saying the manager isn't telling him to do that or suggesting. He's taking it upon himself to do that.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying like Bryce Harper. You're not going to be able to tell Bryce Harper.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Tell Bryce Harper how to hit. Bryce Harper will tell you to go fuck yourself.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He might be on a slump, but
all right, like Nick Cassiano, you could tell him what to do because he might need to because he don't know how to adjust himself. Rojas does not know how to adjust himself because he can't hit worth a fucking lick, even though he hit yesterday. But it is different ways when I'm trying to explain of you fixing the hitting that's going on right now.
I agree with you there.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm just a fan. It is this hitting coach should be like, all right, we didn't hit worth a lick. Everybody in the fucking goddamn grab a bat because you're all going to go swing for 100 fucking times until your arm falls off. We don't do that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, if you're not going to hit after this game, it stopped at 12 o'clock at night. We're staying around. You're going to go get in the batting cage, and everybody hits the ball 100 fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Try something different. I
you
get
gotta
you.
try something different. You got it. We're doing the same shit over and over again. That's why I said Rob doesn't change the batting order. Put Bohm in the fucking in front. You know, put Bohm, Turner. You gotta spice it up. Put
I'm
some
with you
hot
there.
dogs on that goddamn pizza. Put
No,
some
I'm with you.
freaking, you know what I mean? Put some hot peppers on that freaking cheesesteak. Whatever you know what I mean? You gotta
Mm-hmm.
spice things up. You gotta try something different. Rob don't.
Up move
And that's
guys up
why
and
I
down the
say how
lineup. I
bad he is.
got you. I got
You
where
know
you're
what I
going.
mean? It's just a difference. Drives me crazy. Yeah, I did, man. I'm gonna lose my voice. My voice is gonna blow up one day. It gets so bad, I can barely talk.
I hear it sometimes. I can tell. So let's see news. I know you said you also had some coaching or managing questions you wanted to ask me.
Well, I was just starting to ask you them, and
Okay. Okay.
you're answering them as I'm
Okay.
going. I'm asking you. All right. For example, a lot of people don't understand that in baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defensive players have a card that tells how the batter normally hits. If
Mm-hmm.
he hits to the right field or if he hits to the left field. Some people don't understand that. They say, "Oh no, the Phillies don't do that." It's every baseball player, ain't it? Because
Yeah. I mean.
I've watched. Didn't you always see a baseball player, the right fielder or left fielder, pull out a little card, and he's looking at this
Mm-hmm.
card saying, "All right,
Yeah. They
this
have it
guy,
in.
all right, it's Judge."
They have it in their hat. They
You
have
know?
it in their glove. They have it in their back pocket. Yeah. I agree with you.
And then, well, people are saying to me they don't have this. If you hold on, first of all, the Phillies don't have this. I'm firing everybody. I'll fire everybody. I'll fire the owner if the friggin' Phillies don't have a card that tells me friggin' where I'm supposed to be put. I'm supposed to be positioned, fucking people. I'll fire everyone.
I
But
hear you, bro.
every team has it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Infielders have it. Yo, like Harper might have to hug second a little bit more than he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when
Mm-hmm.
if a bite comes along and you see the pitcher gets it or it goes there and Harper has it, but Harper has no chance to get the first, and you see the pitcher run the first, that's already on this card. That's already planned for. That's
Mm-hmm.
how you have a defense. It's not planned that these guys plan this out of their ass, came out of their ass. A
Mm-hmm.
card's
Mm-hmm.
telling them to do it.
But that's
Right.
analytics. That's
Yeah,
analytics. So
right.
that's
It's in the
mm-hmm.
analytics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like analytics, but people are weird, man. They tell you that, oh, that don't exist. I'm like, no, it exists.
Exactly. No, it does. It definitely does. So but let me see. That seems to be it. What's your thoughts on Aaron Judge? Um, as of last night, he hit 40 home runs. Today, he hit another one. So he has 41 home
He'll
runs
be
already.
MVP. He's going to be MVP.
Do you think he has a chance to first break his American League record and second go after the overall home run record?
I think he has a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the home run record.
Mm-hmm. The one with the asterisks.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said
Um,
that. That's why I
I
said the
think
American League.
I think Major League Baseball wants it in the
Mm-hmm.
worst way, and I think
Mm-hmm.
if he gets really close,
Mm-hmm.
then people will start pitching a little softer to him, so he can get it. So that asterisk is gone. Know what I'm saying
I
here?
don't know. I don't know, because if I'm that pitcher and if he gets it off of me, he breaks it. Nah, bro, you ain't getting that off of me. I'm sorry. There's just a competitor in me. I'm sorry. If they came to me, yo, give it. Nah, nope, not
Yo,
me.
it's like, yo, come on,
Not me.
coach. It was
Nope,
like Brett
nope,
Favre and Michael
nope,
Strahan.
nope,
Yo, and you
nope.
know what I mean, though, coach? You know what I'm saying, right?
I know what you mean, and the competitor in me
No,
is like, nope,
somebody's gonna lay the fuck down.
I can't.
I get it. I understand. I can't do it either, but somebody will. Somebody's
Um,
gonna give him the respect and say, "Yeah, I'll let you fucking hit this one off of me." If he gets that close, I don't think they should, but see what happens. I actually rather see Judge do it. So the Astros are going down.
mhm.
You know,
Anthony, do you think teams? Do you think the reason why teams like Miami and Tampa are usually bottom feeders, but they have to trade their big superstars because they can't really compete with the big money teams? Tampa Bay usually competes with the big boys in the AL East, and they play with a small payroll. They've proven they can do it. It's just right now, it's not that going their way. Miami, you have a point. You have a point. Tampa Bay usually, I can tell you from experience, they usually have always been a pesky one. They were always at the top of the division, playing with the smallest payroll and producing. But now lately they've just been struggling a little bit the last couple of years. So it's both ways.
yeah. Anthony got to the point though.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Tampa Bay, like you're saying, they're normally good at picking up. You know, they don't really can't afford none, so they go for their AAA guys and they'll start lighting it up, and they're smart that way. You
Mm-hmm.
might see Tampa Bay make a couple of moves, but not in that big dollar move.
Mm-mm.
You're
Mm-mm.
not going to see a Harper. You're not going to see, an Aaron Judge. You're not going to see those guys going over
Mm-mm.
there. No,
Mm-mm. No, I
but
know
you're
that.
good. They're good at you bringing players up from AAA, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how they stick around.
Exactly.
They're minor league players. They're smart in that area. That's how they're good. It's not like they don't have the big dollars. So will they ever win something big? Probably not. But their minor leagues are so good that you never know. They have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's any given year.
Mm-hmm.
People get hurt and they don't get hurt. There you go.
I want to answer this one to Anthony. I get your point, and most people do think like that, but I'm always going to say this. And it's not excusing Barry Bonds, it's not excuse me, it's not justifying excuse me a second, hold on a second. But during the steroid era, Barry Bonds was not the only one using steroids. There were pitchers that were using steroids.
Yes.
And he was hitting off pitchers who were using steroids. So that's why it's a catch-22. There are other players during that time frame who are making the Hall of Fame, and their records are. That's why I say it should be with an asterisk, and then you can say he's not the home run hitter, and that's fine. I respect that. I don't. You do what you need to do, but please take that into your consideration. It's not like he was the only one juiced up. There was pretty much the whole league during that time frame. So,
Once again, to bounce off you, Coach,
mm-hmm.
the pitchers, when Barry Bonds was going against them, they were also using Vaseline. They were using friggin' tricks in there, and nobody was really catching them. You know what I mean? It ain't like it was now where you're getting checked after every inning. So, I mean, it is way different. Like, and that Barry Bonds, you got to figure Barry Bonds had to go through that. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Barry Bonds didn't really need the steroids, but
he was a good hitter. Yeah,
he was always a good hitter before he even used the steroids. He was a great hitter.
Nick, I'm going to say this to your question. Right now, I have no reason to worry about his blood pressure. You know, I mean, yeah, he might go through his rants or whatever. I mean, heck, you'll see me go through it. You know, I mean, but I trust that, you know what, he knows when to settle down, and he also has his family there who can help him out. So, you know, so
my blood pressure don't go up. It really don't go up. I don't have nothing wrong with my blood pressure. I'm just a very excited person about my sports.
But there's one single season wrestling that you guys can see being broken within the next 3 years, either pitching or hitting.
Well, that's a good question, Anthony. Well, it's not going to be pitching. I know that. I can say hitting.
Is it hitting or is it?
I don't think Aaron Judge. I think really Aaron Judge is going to come close.
Is hitting because of the average, or are you talking about home runs?
I think home runs.
See, if it's home runs, then I can say, yeah, that I can agree with that. But if you're saying hitting average, because that was what's his name who played for the Padres, right? Tony Gwynn, right? He has the record. Yeah, so.
You're not the hit, I'm just talking about home runs.
Yeah, no, I can see home runs.
Judge is closer to break that record than people realize.
Yeah, Mike, I'm with you. The pitchers have too much pride. A lot of people say it's easier to keep elite pitching and sign them to major contracts and keep them with their original team for long term than it is elite hitting guys. You agree? I see people getting. I mean, I see elite pitchers getting moved around just like hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't see elite. I mean, look, we have Cole. I mean, Cole is an elite pitcher. He started at Pittsburgh, then went to Houston, and then we got him. So, you know,
pitchers move a lot. You guys don't realize how much pitchers really move.
You're not going to get me to say that, Star Wars. Sorry. For me, I don't understand why guys like Roger and Mark Wayne needed to use steroids when they, because, well, Bonds, I mean, they'll say it was, you know, because of injuries, but it's also a matter of, I said it earlier, there were a lot of other players in the league who were doing it. So if everybody's doing it, you just want to stay with them, because if not, they may pass you by. So,
well, Mark McGwire needed it.
Yeah, I can't speak to him.
Okay. I will say this, Anthony. Mark McGwire needed steroids to do what he did. Because I mean, but I also think in baseball that going for that home run helped Major League Baseball. I think that really helped Major League Baseball, because if anybody really understood, baseball was on a down slope really bad. This is why steroids and, you know, the pitchers putting shit on the baseball, you know, pine saw, whatever, whatever they're using. They're all using all different types of stuff for gription. But it actually helped baseball, because baseball was falling down, and they almost lost it in that area where you know, McGwire was hitting the home runs. People didn't want to go to baseball no more. It took too long. It was It wasn't entertaining enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Steroids, regardless, were a banned drug. Who cares about who did it? So if you're going to ban someone for betting on baseball, Pete Rose, then all records with roids should not be allowed. I mean, you have a great argument, but I'm going to counter that to you with Barry Bonds. Remember, Barry Bonds he's not been proven to have used steroids. It's just speculation. So that's why I say with him, asterisk. He wasn't officially proven.
Yeah, but he wouldn't test.
No, he wouldn't. That's what I'm getting at. So you can't say take his records out because he says then all records with roids should be not allowed. Well, technically, he was not said. It was not said he used steroids while playing baseball.
Yeah, but the problem is he didn't test either. Is that you're not testing?
Yes, so that's my point. So how can you ban him because he didn't test? You don't know. You don't have proof.
Yeah, but if you should have been tested. If you want that record, you got to be tested.
The bottom line, though, is he was never proven to have done it. We can sit here and say we believe he did. Yes, I believe he did. I'm not saying that.
No, everybody believes he did.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he wasn't. He never said he did, and there was no test that proved that he did. So that's why it's like it's a catch-22 to say the record needs to be banned. Well, it was never proven that he did anything. That's why I say asterisk.
Yep.
You can say that. And again, like I said, there's a lot of other players during that time frame who were doing and using. So, and if they were doing and using, you have to be fair. Then does that mean the whole era is banned and all records during that time frame? And when is the steroid era technically? When is it? From what year to what year? So now you open up Pandora's box. You really do. And then what happens if there's a guy in there who really didn't do anything and broke records, but it's not fair to him? So it's a catch-22, man. I that's why, you know what, just get into the testing now, put the asterisk during that time frame, and you make your decision those records into what you say is a record. So
but that's why Major League Baseball don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the truth. Major League Baseball don't want to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
There's just too much. You would put so many down, and it is going to you lose baseball.
He should have a cuff to check to see. Here's something that I'm gonna mess with you too. Then, since you say that, he can also get one of these. Because this will check your what you call it too. Put it on your finger. You know when you go to the doctor.
I had one. My mother-in-law gave me one because they thought I was bringing my blood pressure and was on like, yo, check, dude, your heart rate's got to be crazy. And they're like looking at me, they're like, you're fine.
This checks your oxygen, your blood, your heart rate. Yep, checks everything. So. But yeah, that's a good one.
They're like, how crazy?
What's up, man? Cave?
They couldn't believe about it. They couldn't believe how fired up I always am.
Julius Henry played more years and had more than 2,500 more bats than Babe Ruth. Yeah, you know. Wait a minute, then more than Babe Ruth? I have to look at that. I don't know. See, that's where I disagree with you, Philly. Mark McGwire didn't need it. The guy was country strong coming out of high school. Then you seen this. Well, look, it was him and what's them call it with Oakland. It was McGwire and what's the other one? He played for the Yankees.
Sosa, right?
No,
he had the loaded bat.
The Spanish guy, because they were the Bash brothers with the A's. It was Mark McGwire and what was his name? Because he even said he did use steroids. What is his name? That Netherlands chick is cute. It was Mark. No, was it? Is it? No, not Mark. Mark McGwire. Now I gotta see.
You remember?
Bash Brothers. With Jose Canseco. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. And yeah, they both started doing it together during that time frame in Oakland. Because
Canseco had to load his bat, right?
Yeah, he also had a loaded bat too.
I mean, and Mike's right here. It was because the lockout, but then they played it. You had Mark McGwire going for that record.
Mm-hmm. Oh snap! Oh snap! The Netherlands, did they beat the United States? Did they beat? They beat the United States in the mixed 4x4. Oh wow! She came on late. That's why I love the Olympics. Yeah, halftime got to be more aware. He gets rid. Coach, when the FBI did the investigation on Balco, Barry Bonds was on that list. What do you mean? So there was evidence of it. They didn't put. There was nothing. They say that the Balco record was also not in. Am I correct? It was. Baseball didn't use that.
No, baseball did not use that.
So baseball,
He didn't get drug tested though. He did not.
Yeah.
He didn't take the drug test.
They just say, there were people that say
he just said he was on it.
It's the optics. I'm agreeing with you in that regard, but if you went to court and there is evidence that is not is not presented to the court, just because you have the evidence, if you don't present it, then it's null and void. It doesn't mean anything. Are you going to admit you use the band? Dude, no one admitted. Andy Pettit did. There were quite a few players that admitted using it. So yes, they do. They do admit it. When? During the time? Immediately? No, you're right. But
no, they they're waiting till their career's done to admit it, but then they'll admit it.
Andy Pettit did admit it though. He admitted that he did during that time frame. So, and that was when right after he went to the Astros. So he did admit it. I got one of those too. Yeah, Mike, I feel you. Eric, we don't want him to pop. No, I agree with you. Yeah, thanks, guys. Read my comment. I think I read your comment. Yeah, I read your comment. So smash the like button, subscribe. Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Good man, Cave.
Appreciate you. Canseco, everybody's saying Canseco. Some people need to cheat. Yeah, I will say this. Every athlete pushes the envelope. Every coach pushes the envelope.
Yes.
I'm going to admit to you, as a player, I was one of them dirty players. I ain't going to lie to you. I mean, I'm down there.
You got to ride that line.
I mean, whatever. I used to have pads that I would wear on my hands. They used to get so sweaty, and they were smelly, and I refused to wash them. And then you get your hands up into an offensive lineman's face, and he gets to smell of that sweat, soury, stinky smell that makes you want to cry. And my coach is like, "Nah, that's not right, man. That's not right, Coach. I'm doing what I got to do. It helps me."
It helps me for you to get away. He wanted to get away with me because my hands stink.
Did I step on a couple of fingernails when I got up off of a pile? Hell yes. Hell yes.
You don't think somebody in that pile is giving people cheap shots?
Yep.
Dude are punching people, kicking people.
Kicking them in the nads. Kicking them in the nads. That's why you need to wear cups. Also, Rafael Palmeiro. Yep. Rafael admitted. There were a lot of guys with cork bats, Chris Sable, much more. Sammy had a you're right. Sammy did
Sammy
too.
had a cork bat. His bat
The only
broke,
thing I remember was
and he blamed it on the home run derby. He forgot to take it out of his bag.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He got that hit off that where the ball hit off his head for a home run. I remember that one. Yeah. Yep. Coach has 35 stud, halftime to 900. I'll get Coach to 350 and halftime 900. Yes, please. Can you guys explain to me why Albert Bell is not a Hall of Famer? That's something that goes beyond my depth. I can't explain to you guys why he's not in there. So, I mean,
yeah, that one's hard. That one's hard. That one's really hard to figure out, Anthony, why that one is. I still don't know why.
Was he a difficult player? Was he mean to some people? Yeah.
Yeah, but he was also mean to umpire.
Yeah, but I'm saying that shouldn't be a reason to keep someone out. What does his record say? I mean, look at what's his name? Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield was a mean son of a real mean.
The problem is with the media. See, the media picks who goes in the Hall of Fame for baseball, for hockey, for basketball. The media picks has a lot of say. So if you're ignorant to the media, you know what they're going to say? Oh, he was mean to me. He hurt my poor little feelings. Because you didn't come as a media person. You wasn't like, I'm going to be nice to this guy. I'm going to treat him like dirt and ask these nasty questions all the time. So when that player goes, you're going to keep on asking me nasty questions, I'm not going to answer you. Well, fuck yourself. I'm not going to answer you.
And that's the problem with some of the media too, because they think because they're the media, they're untouchable. They can do this, they can do that, and I have issues with that. I really have issues with that. I have
issues with it, so I understand. Media gets mad, and the media gets their feelings hurt. I mean,
exactly.
Do you know how many media people hated Barry Bonds? That's another. Now, see, here you go. Why is Barry Bonds being? That could be another reason why Barry Bonds is being portrayed like this too, because the media went after him. Because Barry Bonds wasn't that nice of a guy to the media. Don't get me wrong, he was cool to fans. I've seen him sign a lot of autographs. He wasn't nice to the media.
But still, I mean, he shouldn't. I mean, again, I've been a media personnel. I've done journalism. I did it for almost 4 years. So I get it. But you know what? That's business. I mean, take your personal feelings aside and just look at the facts. Now if you're always going to put your personal feelings involved, then you're also showing me your character.
Yes.
So that's how I look at it. And you know what? I also can be very, as I've been told, sometimes I can be very insensitive and cold. And do I get the job done? Okay. If I'm there to do a job, that's what I'm there for. I can be very nice, I can be very kind, but you know what? Don't push the wrong buttons, because as I always say, you poke the bear, the bear will eventually turn around and maul your ass. And I'm one of those characters. I damn sure am one of those characters. So, but
I know I am. I can be nice, but when it's time not to be nice, I can do that.
I'm going to say one word: 762. I don't get it.
762.
I'm trying to figure out what's 762 also. But yeah, Nick, actually, we're going to talk hoops today. Well, we're going to move on actually to football, and then we're going to talk a little bit of the Olympics. Not much in the NBA per se, because there's not really much going on. So, but we did a lot with baseball. So we're going to go ahead and move on to football and dive right into that. and get into training camps. So what's happening with your dirty birds, man? Yeah. No, seriously, what's going on in Eagle Land?
I know they had like for practice, they had like 60,000 people almost there. Or they had it at the stadium and they were practicing and there was 60,000 people there. Like, wow, like that's crazy. Dude, y'all know it's practice, right? But they sign autographs and all, and that's pretty cool. They look good. I like what the Phillies are doing right now. I mean, it's time to get the pads on and actually start playing football.
Well, I mean, has there been any serious injuries or anything
No,
with your team?
not really. Not
Okay.
really.
And who do y'all have next Saturday in the preseason?
Oh,
Let me see. Hold on.
is it Cleveland?
I'll tell you in a second. I'm pulling up NFL website, NFL.com, and schedule. Let me do this. Oh, you have it at the top. Oh, they're not letting me scroll past. All right. Let me pull up my phone. Let me see.
Oh,
If I
it's
can
the
do that.
Ravens.
You guys have the Ravens?
Ravens, then the Patriots, then the Vikings.
Okay. What about any dual practices this week? Are you guys having any of that? Because I know the
Yeah,
Giants.
we're only doing one this year, and that's going to be with the Patriots.
Yeah, so I think we have two. We have the Lions this week, Monday and Tuesday, and then we have the Jets that we're also going to do. Go dual practice. So, I mean, I like that though because you get more out of that than you do the preseason games. So
You got to do. I don't know how you feel about it, but I do think the starters do have to have like a quarter or a half of preseason because just to get ready for the games, and it's for you. Also, got to figure out how the new referees are going to be and all.
mm-hmm.
So you're looking at everything. You're not just looking at one thing. You're going to look how the game is called. The new kickoff is weird. You need to play that because there's a new kickoff and it's weird. It is not. I don't like it, but and you got to get used to that. So that's why I said you need preseason right
Well,
now.
I agree with you in terms of the preseason games with your starters. Because the old way, week three, because out of 4 preseason games, week 3 was where you played most of your key players at least a half and half of the third quarter. So
Right.
yes, you're getting them work, getting them ready for the regular season. I agree with you there. You have to figure out how to do that right now, whether it's week, you do it, or I think it's you have 3 weeks and then you have a break before. I can't remember. So, but I'm with you. Yeah, you got to get your key players some practice time.
Right.
In live action. Don't let their first game be the only time they get live action. Because that's going to be tough for them overall. So, I'm with you on that. As far as the kickoff, I guess because I've been following the old UFL, XFL, and now the new
Right.
UFL, I've gotten used to it. I understand what it's about and how it goes. I'm waiting for more strategies with it. See, with that, I'm looking for a lot of pin and pulls. Where you down block one way and pull somebody to set and trap off of it. Because you're gonna. It's like the running game when you really think about it. You could set someone up. You can get an ISO block with since you have 2 returners back there. That other returner goes up into the hole, sets a block, and then that sets the returner. And as long as he gets past that wave, because that's the other thing. And with the old kickoffs, you did have waves.
Right.
There was always somebody who always would sit back a little bit, and they were like the safety where, you would have more guys probably in the middle trying to push, or you would push from one side, and then you're trying to push them to that one person who's the safety valve. But now everyone is across that on with that 10 on the kicking team. They're right there, and then you're catching the ball. That's the only time they can move. That's when they can move. If you block it right and you get away from that backside, all you're going to end up with, if you get it blocked right, is that kicker. And
right.
I'm going to say
it's just going to be one-on-one with the kicker.
Exactly.
But you got to admit, like for the NFL, they haven't done it.
No, yes, it's new.
So it's new. You might have watched it, Coach, but these players now have to perform to this. Now they are like, wait a minute, this is like reinventing the wheel to them. So it's going to take time. You're going to see fumbles. You're going to see a lot of stuff. People not being ready for this.
Exactly.
And I get it. You're trying something new so people will not get hurt. But people are still going to get hurt. Well, know why? It's fucking football.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You can't. You're going to get hurt.
I agree with you. That's always going to be the problem. Somebody is always going to get hurt, and that's just the reality of the game. So I always say this: I will not coach being afraid of getting guys hurt, and I always tell players, don't play like you're afraid to get hurt, because when you do that, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt, or you're going to get someone else hurt.
Yep.
Just coach. Just coach the way you would. And then you adjust if you get injuries. As players, give it your all. Like now they're talking about Jefferson is worrying about getting another hamstring injury. Well, then, bro, don't play the damn game. You are one of those fast guys. Those quick twitch type of a guy. Your muscles are going to end up at time react in a certain way. But part of your gift is your explosiveness, is your exciting play. Just go out and play. Stop being afraid. If you're going to be afraid, then don't play.
Yep.
But
you're always told that when you're a kid. You're afraid to get hurt. You're going to get hurt.
I just look at it as like when I played in college. I remember there was a game I played. They had to wrap both my ankles. Like literally, it was so tight with tape. Like it took them a while after the game to cut it off. And all week I was walking around with a protective boot on both of my ankles, and I had crutches all week. I didn't practice, but I was ready for the next game. I was going through my rehab. I didn't play like I was scared to get hurt. I couldn't. It's just I'll go out there, I'll throw my body around, I'll sell out for the team. I can't play being afraid, because if I do, then there's no reason for me to play. You're going to get hurt. Everyone gets hurt in football. There is no doubt about it. I don't care if you get a little bruise, you're going to be hurt somewhere along the line. So just play.
Yep.
So Star Wars says
they're just trying to they're trying to stop all of it, and you can't. It's football.
No. You can't. And I get the NFL because they're worrying about lawsuits, especially after that concussion situation. And
they lost a lot of money on that lawsuit.
Yeah. So, and I get it. You're trying to protect yourself, but in the same token, bro, you know what? It's football. I mean, when I had my own minor league semi-pro football team, every player who played for me signed a contract, and I went over it specifically. And there was a sector that said you assume the risk of injuries up to and including death. And I said to players, look, we've all seen players die on the field. I've experienced it personally, watching a man die right there on the football field. Had to have the game stop. Look, it's a serious game. I get it. So if you're afraid or if you have concerns, then don't play. But, if you play, then there you go. So have these players sign off on that, And there you go. You keep it moving. Now, if you hide stuff as an NFL, I don't have sympathy for you.
Right.
But if you go out there, I know. Look, I can get my arm broken, my legs broken. I have spinal injuries, which is why I'm dealing with what I'm dealing now from playing football. And I always tell people the same thing. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll go back and play again. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I wish I could have played more. You know, I don't care about the injuries. I deal with a lot of pain each and every day. Guess what? I have some great memories. I have my championship ring that, I can go around and brag about it, so bam, there you go. There's my championship ring. Here's one of them. So, yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I get from it, the friendships and the bonds that I have. One of my former players was just inducted into the minor league semi-pro football Hall of Fame this week. And then we're talking and going back over memories. And oh, by the way, he's a damn Eagles fan too. So but the point being is there's so much that you can get from playing sports and from football. I can't play being afraid. I can't be afraid. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. You got policemen who are risking their lives, firefighters who are risking their lives. I'm just playing the damn game. Come on, man. I'm not. But what is your thought about what Star Wars says? They don't like the first game in Brazil. What's your thought?
Well, that's on a Friday. Mm-hmm. And I agree with Star Wars. I don't like it either. It is fucking stupid. Apparently, you're not allowed to wear green. You have Green Bay, you have the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're not allowed, no team is allowed to wear green because it's a gang color. Like, coach, come on. What are we doing, man? Why are we always going to different friggin' countries to play? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, bro.
It's money. Your $7-8 billion a year is not enough. You need more, you greedy bastards.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Come on,
bro, enough? Stop it, halftime. If you had $1 million right now on you, you'd have $1 million more than a lot of other people. You'd still want more money. If you had $100 million, you still want another.
Coach, I call my boss up and say I retire. I'm done.
But you would still do things. But what I'm saying is, you still would do things to make more money off of that $1 million. So don't bro. Nah.
Now you got these two teams gonna fly to Brazil, play a game, and then you're not playing for what, another 10 games because their next game is a Monday nighter. It's just way too much on a team. I don't care if it's the Eagles. I don't care what team it is. There could be Green Bay and the 49ers right now. That's just too much time on that team. The airfare, the air flying, and all that. It drains players.
It's a lot. I get it. The travel is a lot. I agree with you. But ultimately, it's about that money and every last one of them. They go down there into South America. They introduce the sport. They start getting fit. Now, there's already fans of American football down there. So, and now you're getting them to come down to introduce the sport. And then you end up getting more fans who will just love it. And they'll start spending their money, which ultimately is what the NFL. That's why they're in Europe. That's why they're in Europe now, because they do make a lot of. They make a lot of money from being in Europe.
They're not doing one in Europe this year, right?
Yeah, the Giants play Carolina in Europe.
Oh, the Giants are going back to Europe.
Yeah, we play in Carolina this year.
Oh wow!
So I get you, but ultimately it's about the money, man. And
I know it's about the money, and
here's the thing. That money starts increasing, the players are going to see a cut of that too. And no player is going to sit there and say, "Nah, I don't want no more money." All right, I want my cut of the pie too. So I get what you're saying. I do. I really do, bro.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, you're right, because that's, why don't you just build a league down there, and then eventually, you know what, play it down there, build up a champion, let that champion play here, and then do the same thing in Europe.
Yes.
You know, I think it's going to go that way. Will it be during our lifetime? I don't know, but I think that's the goal. Remember what I just said to you, where some whatever group, American group, went over and got their ass kicked by Japan.
Right.
It's going out. It's going to be out there too. That's why I'm saying, because I always said, why don't they just put the American football in the Olympics too? You know, right now, let us kick everybody's ass like the Dream Team did years ago, and then everybody else will get on board. And next thing you know, and then the NFL, you really want to make money? There you go. There you go, NFL. There's your money. There you go. You'll make more money than
making billions of dollars now. But then again, don't you think, Coach, that travel time also puts players at risk for getting hurt?
No.
You don't think so?
Travel?
Yeah, because you know sometimes they're drained, they're dragged. You know what I mean? They're dragging their ass.
They would adjust accordingly, even if this gives them a bye after. Here's an example. Okay, in the Big Ten, we see what's happening in the Big Ten.
Right.
The Big Ten goes from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific. Okay. If you play on the West Coast and you come to the East, for example, UCLA comes to Rutgers. When they go back home, they get a bye after playing at Rutgers. Rutgers goes out to USC. They actually play a Friday night, and then they come home and they have a bye. That's what I think the NFL will eventually get to. Now, you're on. I guess you're in South America, so you might not. It's not changing the time differential per se. But if you're in Europe, I think in Europe, I think you get a bye after you come back. So let me double check that. I think you get a bye when you come back.
I think the Eagles have to go Friday. Monday they have then the Monday after that they have another game, and then they go back to regular thing. I don't think there's a bye yet. I think the bye's at the 5th.
Yeah, I'm trying to see right now when the Giants. We got Cincinnati week 6, Philly week 7, and we got Pittsburgh week 8, Washington week 9. When do we play Carolina? Carolina is week 10, and we have the bye after week 10. Yep. So when you play in Europe and you come back, both us and Carolina have a bye. So when you play in Europe, you come back, you get a bye. So that's how you adjust and you take care of that. You know, being in South America, that's just like, honestly, that's just like going over to the West Coast if you went to Cali and then came back to Philly. You know, I mean, you're talking about maybe a 6-hour flight, 7-hour flight, if that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a. Oh, let's get caught up on the chat. Mike, I fell down my steps Wednesday. I fractured my tailbone. Hope you better, bro. Do you think I was afraid to go down? No, you're gonna go do it again.
No, you're gonna go back down the steps.
Mm-hmm. Hello from Wallace, Nova Scotia. What's up, Roger? Thanks for tapping in. I really appreciate you.
Good, Roger.
In my opinion, the NFL should let teams pick when they want their. You can't do that because you remember you have a league schedule. So what happens if and you have to try and balance it out. So what happens if you have 7 teams that pick week 7 as a bye? That's uneven. So it's up to the league to do the schedule. I know from experience. I did the schedule for a league. I know what it goes into. It's a lot of work. You do try to get certain accommodations for certain teams, plus with events that are at their stadiums. You do try to work with it. But if everybody picked their bye, man, it's too chaotic, man.
Yeah, like you said, there'll be like 7 or 8 people like, I want week 6. And you can't get all that.
What's this? Coach, tell Halftime he can hit 900 subs. He doesn't believe in himself. You don't think you can get 900 subs?
No, Coach.
Why? You're good, bro. Stop it.
Coach, I'm that guy. Like, well, I will knock myself.
Okay. Well, this way. Okay. You got to this point. To be close to 900 subs.
Yeah.
It's not like you have 100 subs.
Yeah,
You're close to 900. You did the work. Stop it, bro.
No,
I understand you being humble.
Listen, I'm a humble guy. I'm old. And it's like, you put the work in, but in the back of your mind, you're like, listen, I'm a guy that will knock himself. Y'all don't think before you can people knock themselves, I will knock myself to no end. I don't need somebody to knock me because I already knocked myself way harder than anybody in the world can knock me. I'll put my own self down.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm hard on myself also. I'm hard on myself because I push myself.
And I push myself. You see me. I get done work. And then I'm over here like, I'll go put myself on stream. And I'm going to put in the work. And I put in the work. But young guys, and I get it. Like Nick over here don't understand. Like, I just don't trust myself. I don't. I'll knock myself all the time.
Roger, it's a little controversial. It's all I can say is there, and I read it to Halftime a little bit earlier. There is a statement that says that I'll read it to you specifically. What it says, word for word. Here it is. He said that she's failed in what you would call it previously. I cannot see where was it? I saw it. I read it to you earlier.
Yeah, this is a touchy subject.
The thing about it is, the governing body of the Olympics said that all their investigation says that she's a woman.
Yeah,
she's 100% woman. She's a woman. So it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I understand everybody has their opinion, and there's rumors out there. I don't know. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of hard for me to give an honest opinion because, you know what? If she's a legitimate woman, look, people have said the same thing about Brittany Griner. Well, is she a man? Is she a woman? Look how tall she is, blah, blah, blah. Look how deep her voice is. But, she's a woman. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she has a period. And, if she has a period, that says she's a woman right there. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the things they can touch. All I can say is she's a woman. I have to respect her as a woman. I have to look at her as a woman. And I'll leave it right there. So,
it isn't a touchy subject. Like me and Coach were going to talk about it, and we just talked about it and saying, it's too touchy. If she's a woman, then she's a woman.
She's a woman, and
but
it's not a man.
Then that's a different story. Oh, it's the truth.
Don't close it all the way. I wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my daughter's here. So, but yeah, that's a touchy subject. I know everyone has their thoughts about it. Like I said, me, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. Right now, they said she's a woman. I have to respect it. I'm going to leave it at that. So, and I'm going to leave it right there. Halftime just wakes up and is great. He's a big sack of greatness. Okay, there you go. See?
I'm glad somebody thinks I'm great.
Roger, you want Chant to respond? You want the chat to respond to that? Hold on a second, guys. Give me a second.
Hey, if you guys want to respond, you guys can respond. It's very touchy subject. If you guys want to respond, you guys can respond.
Yeah, please. It's up to you. So he lights it up for us on a daily basis. Yeah, there's a big fight tonight. I know my man Lou. He's supposed to do leather to the face. They do the prelims. He does a great job in covering boxing. He even gives his prediction, and he's been for the past few weeks. He's been on point. He even gives when a person's going to get knocked out, and he's been on point. Yeah, it is. You have to walk gently because number one, I don't have the facts, and it's hard. A lot of times,
who has the real facts?
The only thing I can say is this. All right, if it was proven that this person was a man, biologically was a man, then you could then discuss: is it fair to have a man boxing women in an all women's type of environment? Then that's where you can sit down and have a discussion. Right now, she's classified as a man. They said that science has proven she's a man. Okay, I'm leaving it alone. I don't know. I'm not trying to get in the bed with the woman and trying to find out or nothing like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Look, they said, and I'm just gonna keep it moving. Today's day and age, you are whatever you want to be. Change if you want to. Look, I'm not saying that you can do whatever you want. Yeah, you have every right to do that. All I can say is, when it comes to with sports, if it's a woman's event, if you're a transgender, I think they should have events for transgenders, which would kind of, take away the gray area. Look, let them compete. They have athletes that want to compete, and then men. And then if there are events that you want to put it as men and women, then that's fine. I was talking about the 4x400, which is they had a mixed event, men and women in the race. That's fine.
Right.
So I don't want to say the world is not normal anymore. The world is not the same as it once was. You can't say not normal because this is the new norm. So and how we all see it is, they will say, "Oh, you're too old school. You don't understand. You need to step up with the times." Okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. But it's not the same. It's different for me, but I do adjust with it.
And it is. It's way different than it was back in the day. But it's it's a touchy subject.
It's touchy and it's challenging, and everyone has their beliefs, and that's fine. All I say is, what, you're entitled to your beliefs as long as you're not spewing hate, and as long as you're not trying to hurt someone. Live your life however you want to. You want to dress up. You're a man. You want to dress up as a woman. You're a woman that want to dress up as a man. Hey, I ain't got no issues, problems with it. If I'm a boss coming on the job, can you do the job? That's all I care about. I don't get into all that other stuff. You know what? How you live your life is how you live your life. And
don't push your beliefs on me.
Don't push it. But if you want to discuss it. But now if I get to a point, look, I don't want to discuss this, respect that. And if you say to me, I don't want to discuss that, hey, cool, no problem. I don't have an issue with that.
If you tell me you're a card, and don't push your beliefs on me. That's all I say. You are where you are, and just don't push your beliefs on me.
Okay, Mike, I get what you're saying, but here's the flip side. Okay. When I first got into coaching at the minor league semi-pro football level, back in 2003. Was it 2003? No, 2004. No, it was 2002. The Terminators, and we played the team, the Connecticut Giants, and we went up to Connecticut, and we're going through pregame practice. And, this coach, you look over at everybody and, massage up the opposition, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I see this player take the helmet off. They got a long ponytail. So, I'm like, okay, long ponytail. Turn around and I'm looking. I'm like, got lipstick on. So I'm looking. I'm like, this player looks like a woman. Now I knew the head coach, so I was like, Tim, can I talk to you for a second? He was like, yeah, what's up, Ed? I was like, is number 30 a female? He's like, yeah, we have a female on our team and she could play. And when I tell you she could play, she could play. I grew up with my sister, my younger sister. She had 3 brothers, and it was just her. And when I tell you she would come outside and play football with us, she would play football with us. And I watched her break the ribs of somebody with a good, clean tackle. So I get where you're going. I don't consider it abuse as long as as long as the rules allow it. Now, if you want to say it's cheating and all of that, now that's where the legislation comes into play, and they have to. But domestic abuse, in boxing, I don't know. I don't know if I want to open up that box right there. I really don't know if I want to open up that box and say, they should be arrested for domestic abuse. If you want to say, they should be stripped and banned, you're entitled to that. But arrested for domestic abuse in a sporting event, I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable touching that. I mean, that's your opinion. I respect it. I just may not fully agree with it. But be whatever you want to be, but whatever your pleasure. Yeah. So again, this is everyone should be able to live their life. That's not the point, Fly. It's about a guy competing against and that's your governing body. That's where they take it into. I live in Jersey. I'm really a Central Jersey guy, but I'm in North Jersey now. So, but I'm Jersey through and through. I know all of Jersey. It doesn't matter. It can go from Sussex County all the way down to Gloucester County. I know Jersey down to the shore, inside and out. My dad is down in South Jersey. My brother's I got a brother down in Cherry Hill. My stepsister's down in Marlton, or vice versa. I mix them up. I know Jersey, man. I grew up in Jersey, been in Jersey since 1970. Like I said, I'm through and through Jersey. Unnecessary rough. Hey, you want to say it's unnecessary roughness? Okay, I like that one. Coach is from New York. Funny thing is, I was actually born in upstate New York, but I lived in Jersey since 1970. So I'm a Jersey boy. So Halftime is from outside of Philly in New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
My ex-wife is down
there. I'm Deptford, Coach.
Okay. I played with somebody who was from Deptford back in 1986. So yeah, he was Deptford. Deptford, the high school team was like brown and gold or something like that.
Black and gold.
Yeah.
Black and gold.
Black and gold. Eagles fan. Yeah. Halftime is an Eagles fan. Tell you what. Then why not let Ronda Rousey fight? Hey, if they govern it, if they regulate it, let her go. I mean, I ain't got no issue. That's the thing. If it's regulated, I ain't got no issues. If a woman says, I want to take on a man and fight a man legitimately, fine. Okay. But on the flip side, then if you say a woman could do that, then it might be.
She got to sign that paper, though.
Yeah. So like I said, it's
touchy. It's a touchy.
It's real touchy. Everyone has their opinions. I respect it. It's just,
but if it's not, if he's so hard, it's like they're saying it's a woman. You're saying that she's a woman. She's a woman.
If it's deceitful, but that goes into regulation. That's where it's not a crime. That's what I'm saying. If you're saying it's a crime, that's like, if you want to say the governing body's crime,
but
yeah,
you're pushing the boundaries, and because this is a new day and age, that you're pushing it.
I get it. It's confusing. It's
very confusing. If she's a man, by God, real man, then she should be kicked out of it. All right, and that's it.
That's it. Strip. You want to ridicule. You want to mock and all of that. Okay, I'm cool with that. But when you say arrest, that's where I'm just like. She didn't technically break the law.
She didn't break the
So
law. And the
yeah,
law couldn't do nothing anyway because this is the Olympics. This is a different country.
yeah, and that's the
See,
other thing.
that country might say that what that she's a man, that she is a woman, but she's really a man in another country. This is the catch-22. Everybody don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All
Mm-hmm.
right, they can they tested her, but guess what? They can test. They can juggle that test around to make it look like anything they wanted to look like.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's like it's just so
And
it's 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 confusing. It's touchy. It's like you don't know really where to go. You can give your opinion, and I'm cool with that. But it's just like well, I mean, first of all, I don't make the decision. So
right, I
and
mean,
that,
China, Japan, Russia, they all might come and say, "Yo, you got to kick her out, or
mm-hmm,
or we have to test her." The Olympics, the Olympics in their area. You're not doing this in America. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm,
This is
mm-hmm,
not an American thing. This is worldwide. You can't just arrest her. There's different laws for different things. We don't all have the same laws that we do in America. They have in Russia and Japan and London and all that. There's
mm-hmm,
different rules. There's different laws everywhere. It's not all the
mm-hmm.
same. So, I mean,
Exactly.
if they find she's a man or whatever, then you will see. Probably she'd probably get humiliated worldwide by the news reporters.
Wait a minute. What the heck just happened? For halftime viewers. Oh, did he just? And I'm just putting my channel in here right now. So there's my YouTube channel for those of you who want my YouTube channel. So, but yeah, matter of fact, yeah, everyone, subscribe to Halftime. I just put his link in the channel. My channel is there, and also the Hardcore Sports Network. Make sure everybody hits the like button when you subscribe. Hit the notification so you know when we post new content, and just also sharing all social media platforms. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it, and we're thankful for you guys doing that. So, but um,
Let's get Coach up to 600. I want to see Coach get 600.
look, I'm taking it little by little. I need to
That's what
improve
I
my
did, Coach.
game. Yeah.
Listen, I do. I look at like 50 subs every time. That's my goal. 50 subs every time. I
Exactly.
even Mitch goes, "Why is your goal so small?" Because I don't got big goals. My goals are not as big as yours are. I guess I don't. I go small, and I fight that. I climb that ladder. If I ever get there, I get there.
My cousin was a Deptford High from 75 to 79. Look him up, Danny Green. His name is in the South Jersey Hall of Fame. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
Coach has his own channel, but they both are part of Hardcore Sports. Yeah, I'm part of Hardcore. I'm, part of a few different networks. So,
Yep.
I mean, excuse me, guys. Um, then why do they have WNBA and not the NBA? Again, everyone is different. You can't put all sports together. Again, you want to be technical right now. One of the big things is flag football that's growing, and they have girls and boys competing together. So I get it. There's the WNBA and the NBA, and that's the way it is. And but it's a new day. It's a new era. Like I said, things are a lot different. So, halftime. Have you ever been to Sports Depot in Runnymede? It's a giant store with all It's Philly gear. Okay.
Yes. I have been there, yes.
I don't know. My buddy owns that. His name is John Demara.
Nice.
Oh, okay. But with you guys playing the Ravens this coming next Saturday, how do you feel about it? I mean, is there anything in particular that you're looking for from the game itself? Are you looking for
I'm
Saquon to
excited about
play?
seeing the rookies on the corners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see how Vic Fangio, because he
Mm-hmm.
said his defense is different than, because we call it the bend but don't break defense, I call it.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he plays it way different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to see how we run our offense.
Okay.
Are we going to be going? Are we going to pass it more to the tight ends than the wide receivers? Because Kellen Moore loves using the tight end. Or how the Eagles are going to look since we have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not going to use your starters. I get that. But the offense and the defense, I don't care what players you got in there, you're going to look the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the scheme is not going to change. The players are not going to be, you not have your starters, but the scheme is still going to be the same. I'm looking for the scheme.
Got you. Got you.
So it
See.
could tell me, and that scheme will tell me, even win or lose, it don't matter if we lose, but it will tell me how we're going to look.
You got to be kidding me, Yankees.
Yankees are losing?
No, they're winning 8-3. It's the top of the ninth. And right now the bases are loaded for Toronto.
Oh, wow.
And it's one out. So wow, it is what it is. So but you know what? For the Giants, I'm interested in seeing how our offensive line, what's going to happen. We've had so much. I mean, you just brought in Frank Van Roten, who actually was with the Raiders last year. He played next to Jermaine Illuminor, who's now the right tackle for the Giants.
You
Because
got Runyon Jr. too, right?
yeah, Runyon Jr. is actually now, they had him at the right guard, but now because you brought in Van Roten, they moved him to the left guard. Originally, Evan Neal was supposed to be the right tackle, but he's on the pup list. So, and right now he doesn't even have a guaranteed starting spot. He has to come back and earn it. So,
do you think
what's up, Dan?
Do you think you're gonna play your starting offensive line?
Yes. Even if it's the first game, even if it's a couple of series, I'm expecting them because you have to develop a certain level of continuity. You guys are different. So it's a little bit different. Other than Kelsey being gone. I mean, you guys know each other. So, what's up, Bruce? Thanks for tapping in.
What's up, Bruce?
So, with us, the only spot that's or two spots that are the same, is our left tackle with Andrew Thomas, and then our starting center, JMS. But right now he's hurt, so I don't even know if he's going to play next week. We have to wait and see. So that's the other thing. There's just so many different injuries that seem to be happening with our offensive line. So it's just like, but we brought in a lot of veteran guys. You got Stinney, who was with Tampa Bay. He was originally starting until we brought in Van Roten. So, I mean, now Van Roten is not ready, then Stinney is going to start. But I like the Van Roten and Jermaine O'Neal because they were with Vegas, and they played well together. They know each other. So, that's just something that, and the offensive line coach was the offensive line coach in Vegas. So, so that's really what I'm trying to see. And I want to see what Brian Burns does with Kayvon Thibodeau on the defensive side. And then our cornerback number 2 and our slot cornerbacks. And plus we have a new defensive scheme. where, Wink last year was heavy blitz, where this guy came from Tennessee. He's going to play a lot more zone, and he's going to mix it up, and he's going to try and get pressure with 4. But, you're going to see stunts and a lot more twists. So, that's what I'm looking at.
Spider-Man as more of he's gonna be more of like a spy, ain't he?
Who, Burns?
Yeah.
No, Burns is going to be
You just think he's going right after the quarterback all the time?
Yeah, he's going to play outside linebacker, but he's going to be he's going to drop in coverage, him and Kayvon on occasion. You can leave right there. But their main job right now is to get pressure on the quarterback. So,
all right.
So, but
that was a good move for you guys to get Burns.
No, exactly. But here's the thing, and I say this to everyone, in Giants land, a lot of them are going crazy over so many different things with the Giants. If we had to re-sign Saquon Barkley, we wouldn't have been able to bring in the guys we did on the offensive line,
right?
And we wouldn't have been able to get Burns,
right?
So
it was one or the other. If you want an offensive line, and you guys said, "Oh, we need an offensive line," then you couldn't sign Barkley.
Exactly.
You just couldn't. It was too much money. You went and got. I mean, you really guys went and got a lot. You got big boys going in there, coming in to help out.
Got veterans too. That's the other thing. In the past, it was a lot of rookies. Now you have veterans, and that's the thing. You're trying, because number one, you're really trying to see what you have in Daniel Jones. You're giving him a number one receiver. So if the receivers work out well, and you give him an offensive line, and he can show whether he is the future of this organization or not. That's what it boils down to. And his first year, you had one coach, and then you fired him. Then you bring in another coach. Oh gosh, with the offensive coordinator who Dallas basically discarded. And they were like, "Yeah, you want to take him to New York? Go right ahead." You ruined him, and you made him gun shy. And then you brought in Dable, and dealing with injuries. And I get why Giants fans are fed up and they're ready to move on. I get it, Bruce. As far as NFL, I'm a Giants fan. It's Giants number one, Steelers number two. Grew up, my dad's a Steelers fan, so I remember the Steelers of the '70s until he took me to see the Giants and Steelers play in Jersey, and that's when I was like, "Oh, Jersey has the NFL team. Okay, I'm a Giants fan," and that was in '79, Phil Simms' rookie year. So, hey, halftime, you see your boy Pache went to the Marlins.
Yep.
Okay.
Pache, he is going, and he's not a good hitter. His defense wasn't that good either.
Do I feel it was good business-wise? Here's the thing, okay? And that's the thing. I'm not just a fan just because I'm a fan. I look at the full picture. The business side of it, economically, what does it allow you to do? As well as the full picture. I also think, to be brutally honest, Dable is not big on dynamic running backs. Look what he did in Buffalo. He wants to use running back by committee. With Saquon, you had to delegate a little bit more and put more emphasis in. And I understand why. He's that dynamic. But where this organization is as a team, the biggest issue, everyone talks about the quarterback. And I'll say it again. Everyone can say the quarterback is the most important position in football, blah, 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 blah. The most important position unit group is the offensive line. You cannot do anything. You can't run the football. You cannot pass. Your defense is coming in and out because you're going off the field very quickly. You can't do anything without an offensive line. You need to get that settled. If you can't get that settled, I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't care if it's Josh Allen. I live by, as a defensive coordinator, when I scouted teams and I saw they had a weak team, I said, it's time to eat, fellas. Let's get good hits on the quarterback. I want good, clean hits along with sacks and everything else, because you get good hits, you can take them out of the game, or you can force them to be Sam Darnold. I'm seeing ghosts out there. That basically means he's gun shy. So
or
as
is
far
he
as
or another one? He's hearing footsteps.
yes, exactly. So as far as Saquon Barkley, I didn't want to see him go to the Eagles. Of course not. Would I've wanted him to go to the Texans, which was the other rumor? Of course. But I get Saquon's point. Am I mad at Saquon for doing what he felt is a business decision for him? No. I'm not like a lot of other Giants fans. It's not that I don't care about the Giants. I'm not that extreme where it's F Saquon because you sold out. No, this man made a business decision what's best for him. All right. And I tell a lot of Giants fans this story. I said, I'm used to this with Saquon. And they're like, what do you mean by that? I said, coming out of high school, Saquon committed to Rutgers University. I'm a big Rutgers Scarlet Knight fan. All right. And when he got an offer from Penn State, he flipped and went to Penn State.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
Am I mad that he went to the Eagles? No, I'm not, because he made a decision that's best for him. He's from Eastern Pennsylvania, or went to high school in Eastern Pennsylvania. He's really from the Bronx, New York. I don't care what nobody says. So, but he went to high school in Eastern PA. He went to college in Central Pennsylvania. Hello?
Yep.
Halftime, do everyone a favor and don't stream Philly tonight. Just kidding.
Every time I stream the Phillies, they lose.
They better be better. Danny Dimes is a bun. Hey, a lot of people feel that way. I see some talent there. I just feel like his head. Here's the thing, and I say this all the time, and it probably would happen. He probably will go somewhere else, and he'll play a whole lot better. And everyone will say, "Oh wow, the Giants were stupid." Do you know how many people have said the Giants were stupid for letting Saquon Barkley go? But then when it was here, you can't just have a running back and nothing else. Which is it?
I had a question for you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had a question for you. So you went and got Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
How pumped are you to have him? Now, I know he's not LT, but if you really watch his game, I'm gonna say this dude studied the way LT played, because he kind of plays and I hate using like pulling a guy that's a Hall of Famer out on a player that's playing now. But he kind of looks the way he plays, that ravished dog, that mentality that LT used to play. And to me, he seems like he studied a lot about LT. Because you're a coach, you know a little bit, plays better, and you feel the same way of him, that he has some glimpse.
There are some things that he does as a pass rusher that, you know what? Yes. Now I have not seen him take an offensive lineman and hump him. And what I mean by hump him, I mean it's just literally lift him off the ground and throw him out the way. I have not seen him run through a running back. The thing that he also has to do, he has to be better in the run game. Teams can run at him and take him out. You can watch him. There were times that you would run at LT and LT would eat up the blocks and still make a play on them. So, yes, in pass rushing situations, yes, he can explode off the edge once he gets the edge on the offensive lineman and close on the quarterback and make a great play in the sack. Yes.
That's why I say glimpse. That's why I was saying glimpse. Not you. You don't see him being like LT, take one guy, put him on his arm, and throw a 300-pound man like he's nothing, and still take this one arm and tackle the quarterback. I don't think you'll ever see that again.
No.
As great as LT was. I'm just saying glimpses, like he watched, like this guy is trying to. He watched and studied LT's movements and Oh, that's all.
No, yes, no, you're right about that. I want to say something to Bruce in reference to this, and you guys can hate me or disagree with me, but Saquon will not be the number one running back in the NFL this season. That's going to go to King James. He went to Baltimore. He went to the right system, and you're playing with a truly dynamic quarterback. That's going to open up a lot in the running game, and it's going to
Ain't he
give
hurt?
him Henry.
Yeah.
Not as far as I know. I thought he was fine.
I thought Henry was hurt.
I'll double check, but it might be something with the preseason. But as far as I know,
maybe they're just saying it because it is preseason.
The man went to AC a lot, did a lot of stuff, drank a lot, went into the locker room 10 minutes, played like he was sober a little. Nah, there were times that LT played where he was high on cocaine. Trust me, I understand.
He was on. Listen, there was times where LT was sleeping in the locker room, and 10 minutes before the motherfucker had to play, they woke him up and said, "Yo, time to play football." Mm-hmm. And their coach went, "Is he sleeping?" "Yeah." "He's passed down. We're trying to talk to him." He goes, "Leave him alone."
Mm-hmm.
Because if he gets 5 sacks, if he gets 4 sacks today, who's the idiot? You are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, LT was a different monster than he is now.
No, I agree. I understand, Bruce. Yeah, you guys have a lot of great weapons around him. So, and you have a great offensive line. It's just that I'm looking at Baltimore. First of all, they're going to be a very physical team at the point of attack. Then you have a big 260-pound running back along with that. Then you have Lamar Jackson and those other receivers over there. Don't forget about Zay Flowers and those receivers over there. They have dynamic receivers over there. You have Andrews as a tight end, an elite tight end. That offense is scary, bro.
But Bruce,
go ahead.
In a way, what how Coach is saying is, Baltimore is a running team, and the Eagles are a throwing team. We throw the ball more than we run it. Now like I said, Kellen Moore is new, but even when Kellen Moore was with the Dallas, when he was with the Chargers, he didn't run the ball as much as Baltimore's going to run. That's what Coach is trying to explain to you. Is Barkley going to get over 1,000 yards? Yeah, sure. Everybody eat better.
Here's the thing, though. As Giants fans, one thing that we know about Saquon, sorry, guys, you have to be concerned about injuries with him.
Yep.
You really do. I don't want to put that on him. I never want to see injuries on anyone, but I also have to be honest and I have to be real. I still remember that Chicago game where it was year 3, and he just jumped and went to the sideline, came down and blew out his knee. And
but your offensive line does not help.
No, it didn't help. But see, he didn't get hurt because of the offensive line. He got a lot of negative yardage, but he had things, look downfield and had a guy roll up on him. That's what I'm getting at. His injuries were not because of the offensive line. So it could be, he could be running in the clear and just boom, step and twist his knee and he's down. So that's what I'm getting at. So, do I want to see him play the whole season to see what he can be? Sure. But I feel they always have a lot of injuries in the NFL. Yeah, it is. It's one of the most physical sports. That, hockey, and boxing. Those sports are just brutally, to be honest, they're physically demanding. So, and you're always going to see that. So, anything else with the NFL? Because there's one other thing that I know we definitely want to talk about. Damn, I had to change the banner. Damn it, Ed. We haven't gotten to it, so here it comes. The best way to keep romance alive in your relationship. And that's important. That's really important.
It's very hard when you're always working. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as one who's Had a lot of relationships. I've made a lot of mistakes in relationships. Um, but I've always felt that that was something that oh yeah, let me see. Coach, don't say that, coach. You just said injury was part of no, it is a part of the game, but what I'm saying is in terms of Saquon, we like people killed Daniel Jones about injuries. Saquon Barkley was hurt with with the Giants too. So, and that's just a fact. So I hope Bryce has a home run tonight and breaks out of
He
his
better
slump.
start hitting, Bruce.
Yeah. So, but getting back to the best way to keep romance alive in your relationship, what have you and Mrs. Halftime done in your relationship to keep romance alive? And I'm not talking about sex or anything like that. I'm talking
No,
about true romance. Now, I'm saying that to the audience. People, don't think I'm talking about just sex and have sex. No, romance is something more that to me is it's a different level.
It like Miss Halftime, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not no romantic guy. I'm not. Hey, it's very hard, but because especially when you have kids, it's very hard to have that romantic, one-on-one time. It's you got to find that way. You got to find that time. Like if you go to the room and just want to talk adult time, it's very hard and it's very difficult for that kind of stuff. Like we try to find something a little bit here and there, but it's very hard. It's people struggle over that. That's some of the time. Some of the reasons why there's always a somebody getting divorced or something because of it. Make sure you're the one that you're with is your best friends. You got to make sure you guys are best friends. That's all I can say.
Hold on, Halftime. Give me 1 second, guys.
All right. Yeah, you make sure she's your best friend. Oh, Coach is paying somebody. More money coming out of Coach's pocket. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Let me text this to her. Yeah, I wanted to go over this.
Like, Bruce, Ms. Halftime hates sports. He only likes the Flyers, and we still get along. You got to make sure your girl, you're the best friends. I'm telling you, you want your girl, you want to keep your wife, you want to keep your girlfriend, make her your best friend.
Yes.
Yes, you're going to go out with your boys, but you make sure she's top. She's your top friend. Everybody else is second. That's how you're going to keep it going. If not, your relationship is not going to last.
Here's what the different things that I think. Okay, number one, when my true love, when she and I were dating, when we had our first child, we were young. All right, we didn't have our next child until 7 years later. But during that time frame, even if it's something that's sitting down and watching TV together, that's something that you want to do is romantic. You come home, from work, fellas, just bring your girl a simple rose, a single rose, not a bouquet. Just walk in and give her a single rose, and just say I love you. Simple things like that. Yeah, they want you to sometimes contribute with the household, cook them dinner, rub their back. Mike said it best right here too. This great one. I polish her nails so she can scratch my back. Fellas, take your girl's hand. You ain't gotta be the greatest, babe. Here, let me just polish your nails, a little bit, just because I love you. These are some things that you can bring to the table that brings advice. And ladies, if there are ladies listening, you can do some simple things like that. Hey, you may not understand sports, but sitting down and trying to watch it with your man, you don't have to ask questions, but you know what? Let me just sit with you, babe, and watch. I want to get to, at least try. And guys, you sit down and watch a chick flick with your girl, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. So I mean, I'll be honest with you. You wrap your arms around you're watching. Next thing you know, she might be like, "Hey, babe, let's go upstairs." So it's
Yep.
just like, oh, wait, what about the? Nah, let's go upstairs. But again, there's the normal things: taking them out to dinner, yes, buying them all that, buying them this or that. And I admit it. Sometimes the simplest things matter more than the amount of money you spend. If you have a true ride or die woman with you, I'm not talking about the ones that are about that money, then But those simple ones, or you know what? You're at work, you text her, "Hey babe, how's your day going? Just thinking about you. I love you. You're beautiful, babe." Out of the blue, just text her, "Babe, you're beautiful. Babe, you're gorgeous. You know, I love your
FaceTime once
eyes."
in a while
Exactly. Little things like that. But
while
it
you're at work. I
uh,
FaceTime Mrs. Halftime when I'm at work. And then after a while, she's like, you're getting on my nerves. But
exactly.
you gotta do something like that. You gotta find the spice. You gotta spice it up a little bit.
Exactly. And again, these are some of the simplest things. A simple conversation. "Babe, tell me about your day. What was going on?" Fellas or ladies and gentlemen, Google um, conversational starters or questions or things of that nature just to start a conversation with your significant other. The point being is put in the time to show your significant other that you really care about them and their well-being. It goes a long way. Fellas, I'm telling you, if you feel that women nag you too much, just doing little things like that go a long way where they will leave you alone. You'll come in and you're tired and you're exhausted, and she'll, "Babe, go downstairs." you know Next thing you know, "Babe, I got a hot bath for you. Come upstairs." Get in the tub and she's rubbing your back a little bit. You know, it, it may sound corny, it may sound whatever, but you know what? It works. Things like that. Or you do the same thing for her. Give her a hot bath, put some candles around, put some soft music on. "Babe, I got the kids. You worked hard today. And I
Yep.
know you could be tired. You could be dead tired. But you know what? It works. It works. It does a whole lot for you, And next thing you know, you come in the bedroom one day and she just has on your favorite negligee, and you're like, "Huh?" Your eyes will perk up, "Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah." So, like, a lot of times, guys think you got to spend money. No, it's not. Hey, go for a walk sometimes.
Yeah.
If y'all have young kids, put your child in a walker and just go to the park and go for a walk and talk. You know, it's spending some form of quality time. And yes, there's those romantic moments, looking deeply into her eyes, being genuine and sincere. "Babe, I love you. You're most important to me. You're all that matters." It goes a long way, you know. And be true and be genuine. Now, if you want to go out there and chase the women, be upfront and honest. And you know what? But if you're in a serious relationship, especially if you have kids, it's hard. It's
Oh, it's
hard.
hard. It is. You don't a lot of people might not understand how hard it is if you have kids and trying to have a
Mm-hmm.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like for me, I'm a construction worker. I'm drained all day long. Like I'm drained now. And it's hard for even me to boost up energy just to have like that relationship. But like me and Miss Halftime will sit down, we'll talk and you know, and say, and just so she don't have to you gotta figure she's home all day long just talking to kids. Sometimes you need
Mm-hmm.
to just talk to an adult,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And but a lot of people in a relationship have a problem with it because it goes stale. You gotta have, your best friend has gotta be your woman or your man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta throw everybody else on the back burner. Like that's how you gotta do. Like Miss
Exactly.
Halftime, she hates sports. Hates it. She's more involved in sports than I'm doing this now than anything. I will talk baseball. She's in the background chirping about the stuff that I normally chirp. And it's like, here she is. Like, we're all communicating on and having that's a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's the little things. You ain't gotta always bring out flowers and chocolate and candy,
Mm-hmm.
or you all right. No, you just do the littlest things. Good morning. I
Exactly.
woke up. I had some stuff to do. Got a breakfast. Did she want it? No, but she got it, and she's like, "Oh, okay." He thought of it. He was thinking of me. Those
Mm-hmm.
little things is saying, "Oh, he thought of me without me wanting this."
Exactly. Exactly.
You go get her stuff from the store that she says, "All right, I don't want this," but you know in your mind she wants it,
Mm-hmm.
so you
Mm-hmm.
go get it. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "Oh, well, he thought of me more than I." I think about the kids. I think about him, and I try to keep it going. But
Exactly.
that's what you have to do. You know, just something that for her,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you're thinking always of her, or you're always thinking of him.
Your device is powering on.
Ooh,
In
sorry.
an emergency, press and
Sorry. Go
hold
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
help.
We got an emergency going on.
Press and
Nah,
hold the
it's
shield
it's
button
it's
on the
it's
side
like a
of your
life alert
device.
button. So
Oh,
and it was off the charger. So and I just
oh.
when you put it back on, that it just
So
goes through
yeah,
that.
it's when you have a family, it's very difficult. It's very hard. You guys are going to be stressed out over it. You guys are going to probably fight over it sometimes when you have kids and you're working 16-hour days. You'll fight over that. You just got to make sure they're first. Make sure your family's first always. That's how you keep it going.
I fully agree with you. Halftime. I mean, and it's the little things. It's the effort
Yes.
for the little things. If you
Yes.
put that effort, as John Heem said in that song, you got to put your woman first, and that is so true. You're not going to agree with everything. You're going to argue. Hey, look, man. Sometimes an argument
That makes it go a long way.
it leads to makeup. The best thing about an
Mhm.
argument is making up. But
Yep.
you know what? Putting your woman first. You thinking about her. Genuinely apologize when you mess up. And ladies, that goes for you too. Don't act like y'all don't make mistakes too. And us guys always got to be the ones that just gotta shut up and deal with it. We got feelings too. So and that's the thing with both sides. If you truly care about your significant other, it is the effort, and sometimes it's the little things. And you gotta know your partner. You got to know. Some women, yeah, I got to admit, you got to buy them a big diamond ring and they'll be happy. Okay. If you got that type of woman, then you got to do what you got to do. But, in terms of keeping the romance alive, and you build up to it. And next thing you know, you're looking back, you've been with your woman 25, 30 years. And it's like, oh, wow. And you look back at the things that you guys have done. You're going to argue, but
Yep.
you've also done a lot of things together, going on. You got kids. One thing that, Cappy and I used to do, being that we lived in Central Jersey, but we take our daughter and then our daughters, and we go down to Sesame Place. Simple little thing, little getaway, a weekend getaway. Just go down there, get a hotel, go to the amusement park, let the kids. But sometimes it's just the next thing you know, she's coming up and she's holding your hand. She's rubbing up against you, she's rubbing your arm, because you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, you're thinking about the family, and you're also thinking about her. And that's what it boils down to. That's how you, next thing you know, you just got home and like halftime. The next thing you know, you come home one day and she has dinner laid out for you, got a nice hot bubble bath for you, got some nice clothes laid out for you, bed, just you got your game going, got your beer sitting there, your little cooler with ice full of beer, you're like sit and enjoy, or she'll say, call the fellas, hang out with the fellas, so then all right, you're doing the right things, and and then in turn you do the same thing for her. Get her a massage. Sometimes a simple massage. Take her to the spa. Pay for a massage. What, $100? Next thing you know, just babe, this is your time. Boom. I'll come back and check on you later. I got.
She likes to do and just go do it, or or just just take a kid off her hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'll grab my daughter and we go in the bedroom and I'll go play with her and just give her some stress relief.
Exactly.
Of course, it don't last long because my kid can't go nowhere without mommy. Can't be too far away from mommy, man. Listen, it's rough when you have kids, but
But it's rewarding.
Then again, when I got my kids and my kids are, how they cry and they panic. Well, Mama Bear comes out and wants to protect her kids. And I'm like, nothing wrong with your daughter. She's laughing. And no, you're being mean. Also, Mama Bear, you see, Mama Bear's got to stop being Mama Bear too sometimes.
That's never going to happen, bro. Stop it. That's never going to happen.
No, it won't. But yeah, it's, they, like you said, a massage, a back rub. And then, like, Mrs. Hadnot will give me my back rub, you know what I mean? So, hey.
That's the thing. That's the beauty. It's a give and take. That's the thing about, romance is there. And it's not about, like, people think romance is about sex. It's not. Sex is a byproduct. It's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. When you're with the right person. But sometimes those quality times, those quality moments, that's more important and more valuable to me than anything else. Like, I'm telling you now, the love of my life, she's been gone since going on 22 years. What I wouldn't give to have her here right now. Like, she would come up to me, she'd just say, "What's up, big boy? You my big boy." Just little things like that, little nicknames, and it put a smile on my face. So yeah, we had our moments, we had our issues, but it's things like that. And then when they're not there, it makes you see and realize how much you really miss them, and the importance of having good romance, good communication in a strong relationship. That's why I really respect you and Mrs. Halftime. I see it. I can see the love that's there between you guys. And that's the beauty of it. And that's what's most important, for relationships, where people genuinely did that, I think you would have a lot more people staying together in a lot of relationships,
And
or
that's
they
what
would
that's what they
know, or they
what
would
they have to
know
do.
what to look for in a partner. And then that way you're staying with that one partner. You're not going around, having multiple partners, so, but that's just how I see it, and from my experiences,
Yeah, you make you
good
you
and
you
bad.
make your woman your best friend. That's
Exactly. You
the
said
problem. People are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my boys. I'm not messing with this girl today." No,
Mm-hmm.
you got your priorities all wrong. That's your
No,
boy.
yeah,
He's
no,
always gonna be your boy, but your
ex-
woman could always be your best friend.
yes.
There's a difference, and I know it don't sound like it. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Now, there's a big difference with that. There
You
is
have
a
to make your listen. You have to make sure she's tighter than tight with you, and then nothing will go wrong. Like you guys won't be separated. But she's
Mhm.
also going to say, "By the way, get the hell away from me. Go hang out with your friends."
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're getting on my nerves,
Exactly.
and you'll hit that point, and you'll be like, "Well, I'm just trying to be this, you know, romantic guy. Enough's enough. Go beat it."
Exactly.
And, and then you go hang out with your boys, and your boys are like, cool. I haven't seen
Exactly.
my boys in a couple of months, and when I go see them, we sit down and bullshit for a couple of hours, and they're like, all right, I had enough of you too, so you can go.
Exactly. 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 So,
You,
but
I
yeah.
mean, your boys don't want to hang out with you all night long either.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So it's a give and take.
And here's the other thing too. There's one most powerful thing that will keep romance alive in your relationship. You got to be able to trust each other.
Oh yeah.
Trust is paramount, in your relationships. If she says she's going out with her girls, okay, go ahead. Here, babe, here's some money for you. And she like, no, I don't need any money. Okay, well, make sure the guys take care of you, because look, they're going to get their drink on and flirt with the guys and have the guys buy them a drink or two. Yeah, make
Yep.
sure they take care of you, get you, but also be careful and don't forget, I'm here. Call me if you need me, babe. And vice versa. Look, I'm gonna go out with the fellas. Yeah, we're gonna look at the girls, whatever, look at her booty and all this and that, whatever. Or if you go to the strip club, you have your certain allotment of money to spend. Don't go over that, but at least you're open and honest.
There you go. You want to laugh, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Halftime would die laughing if she'll go to the strip club. Go on. He dies laughing. No, my boys are like, dude, your woman says you can go to strip club. Let's fucking go.
Exactly.
She's laughing. She goes, you don't want to go to that. Why? Because Halftime want to fucking touch. And even though they say no touch, but you're going to show something. No.
Now I got you.
That's not me. But, like, Miss Halftime goes on, she'll go to bring in the Poconos, and she'll go, I'm going to take my girlfriend to Poconos. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go away for a couple of days. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gonna be here? I'm like, yeah. You gonna be there? Yeah. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's it.
Have fun. He went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Went to go hang out with her boss for a week. They're like, what? She goes, what are you gonna do? I said, well, I can't go to Vegas because I need like 10 grand and I ain't got it. I'm a gambling fool, so I can't go to Vegas. I said, all right, have fun. He left with her friend. Went to Vegas for a week. Yeah, I dropped her off at the airport. Went back. They're like, you're cool with that? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Exactly.
I mean, you got to have trust.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to have trust. If she wants to do whatever she wants to do, he can get up and say, yo, I'm going down the shore. All right. Are you going to go down the shore? No, I work down the shore. I'm not going down there. You all can have that. You're okay with that? I'm like, yeah. don't care how long you go down the shore for, and she'll go down the shore. It's you gotta let them go where they ask, but should they have to ask? No.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have trust. And that's the
Exactly.
problem. There's no trust in a lot of
No.
relationships.
Exactly. But good trust leads to a strong relationship and phenomenal romance. And
Yep.
I can't stress it enough. So, and that's the thing. Those are just some simple things to me that will help you keep romance alive in your relationships. So and don't be afraid. Heck, look, your woman says she has a nice butt. Yeah, she does. But now what do you say to your woman? But what do you like about her butt? Now you two are having a conversation about it. Now, guess what? You're getting to look with your woman. You're not sneaking to look. You're looking with her and then having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that though, Coach.
Really?
You know why?
No.
About what? And she will say, "Yo, look at her butt," and I'll be like, "Ooh," and I go, "What are you like?" No, we're not getting into that because you go out of hand. When I get out of hand, so.
Oh, see, now that's the story. Now she knows you. See,
I'm trying to make a group. I'm trying to get the group to go on.
All right, player.
It goes to my head. I'm like, we got a group.
See. All right.
I'm sure I can get a group going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. See, I ain't talking about that now, man.
But that's what my mind said.
Yeah, you're right. You don't need to go there. You're right. You don't need to go there. So I'm just saying, guys, who you want to build up a strong relationship in good romance. The point is you can have good communication.
You can have good.
You could say as a man, oh look at him. Look, and men think it's that's too no. Look at him. He's handsome. He has a nice build. You like his build there? Now some women probably look at you like, huh? Some are like, oh yeah, what do you like about his build? Okay. All right. There you go. But you're having an open communication. You're having an open dialogue. Exactly. Yep. So, and next thing you know, she'll probably, babe, why did you ask me about him? I thought he was a handsome man, and I just wanted to get your opinion, what you thought. She might think that's a little weird.
Right.
Did you? No, I just wanted your opinion, and I felt, here, you're my best friend, and I just wanted to talk to you.
Yep.
Ooh, guess what? The walls will start crumbling down, and she'll feel comfortable.
And that's what you got to do. You got to start making both of you got to start feeling comfortable, that comfortable zone.
Exactly.
Everybody puts that wall up, and some of them is steel, some of them friggin' a mountain to climb, and couldn't be like that.
Exactly. So, but anybody else have any comments or thoughts about romance and keeping romance alive in their relationships? So I guess not. I mean, we're gonna start to wrap this up. What do you got going on for the rest of this weekend?
I'm streaming the baseball game today, and then tomorrow I'm Good Morning Wake Up, and streaming the baseball game for tomorrow. Had to change the Good Morning Wake Up tomorrow because of the basketball game.
Yeah, Mitch did the basketball game today. Yeah. That's right. United States definitely won today. They beat Puerto Rico, and they ended up with the number 1 overall seed in the basketball tournament. So, it's going to be interesting going down because now it's starting to get into that medal time. They're going to be playing for the medal. So, guys are definitely stepping up. Anthony Edwards was phenomenal today. So, but it's going to be.
Not been looking good, huh?
Well, he played a little bit better today. I'm not saying he played his dominant self, but I think he had like 11, 12 points today. and had a couple of nice blocks. He seemed a little bit to move around a little bit more, so it was cool. He's always getting booed by everyone whenever he goes out there, so he's relishing that. So, but yeah, heck, even Steph Curry looks a little bit off. They were joking that he needs to shoot further back because the 3-point line is too close for him. So but I mean, the Americans though haven't played together as much as the other teams have played together
Right.
for years. So, but the talent for the Americans definitely shines through. And I think today they won by 26 points. I forgot what it was. Results. Let me just double check that.
I was hearing that there's not a lot of passing. Like, there should be more passing going on for the Americans, and they're not doing it as much.
There were times that they were.
That's what they're saying. They were saying, well, it don't seem like it's a team. It seems like because it's like everybody's trying to be that star and friggin' and nobody wants to give up the ball.
Yeah, let me see. Full box score for today. Stop it. What the heck is this? I have no idea what that was. ESPN. Oh, so crazy nowadays. Get these Olympics home results. And box score. And team stats. Here it is. That's what I'm looking for. All right. New York, the United States was 49% field goal, while Puerto Rico was 40, 20, 27 rebounds, 51 assists. The United States had 30 assists today.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So 30 assists, 10 steals, 6 block shots. They had 11 turnovers. They were 15 of 20 from the free throw line and 9 of 32 from 3. So, 3-point shooting hasn't been overly well for the United States. So, and for the box score, let me see. Tatum had 10 points. LeBron had 10 points. Joel Embiid had 15 points for Embiid. Brooker 9, Curry 8, Durant 11 points, Adebayo's 3, Davis 10, Anthony Edwards 26, and Halliburton 0 points, and White 2 points. So that's your breakdown in terms of the points. And who had the most assists for the United States? LeBron James had 8 assists. He's been leading them in assists anyway. He's been doing his thing there, so he's been more of a facilitator as opposed to his normal self. So but that's pretty much it, though. In terms of basketball, and that's all we have right now. The women play tomorrow anyway, so we'll see. They play Germany tomorrow, so that's going to be a big game. So see if I can tap in and watch it. So.
There you go.
So, but you have the baseball today and tomorrow, plus the morning wake up tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Anything during the week, or you're still tapped in with work?
I still got to figure out what's going to happen because I don't know what time I'm going to get home from work. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when and this is what's hard for me, Coach. This is why I always say I never think I'm going to get that 900 is I work so much, I never know if I'm coming or going. Like I don't know when I can stream and when I can't. You know, you got that romantic thing. You know, you trying to. You know, you got your family has to come first before this YouTube stuff. You know,
Exactly.
so
I got you.
everything's. I play it by ear. If Miss Halftime says you streaming, I don't know. Am I streaming? You tell me. Like she tells me what I'm doing. She goes stream. I okay. You want to do something? We can do something. You don't want to do nothing? All right. I always try to do whatever she wants me to do, and once again, she wants me to build this up. So that's why I've been putting all the work in. My son and my wife decided I wanted to do this. I'm old. I don't do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I understand. Definitely understand.
I mean, don't you sometimes just say, "Yo, what am I doing?" You know what I mean? You just sit there and say, "Yo, what the fuck am I doing? I'm old. I love talking sports, but it's also family has to come first."
Exactly. You know, and there's nothing wrong with prioritizing. You know, that's the right thing to do. So, so I respect that. So, let me see. Tomorrow in the Olympics.
What's your plans?
Tomorrow I got. Wait a minute. I have what is it? Giants conversation with NYG 22, also known as Unpopular Opinion Sports. Nothing else. I'm trying to see about the women's basketball tomorrow. Yeah, it's 11:15. I doubt if I'll be able to stream it. I'll probably just have it on my TV. And then Wednesday, Friday, 2 of those days I'm going to be doing the Coach Edd Gladney's a Reading Attack sports show live. You know, and then the other day I'm going to be introducing my new show. I'm doing it for the R. Tuesday is going to be Heart of the City with NYG, talking New York City sports and more. Wednesday, Pick and Roll podcast on the Hardcore Sports Network. Thursday, Full Court Press on the Hardcore Sports Network. Friday, the Black Top podcast with NYG. And then another episode of the Halftime Adjustment next Saturday. So definitely going to keep myself busy as always. So that's pretty much it. You make that sound like we gave you absolutely no choice.
Mm-hmm. You didn't give me no choice.
Yeah, I know how that is. I know how it is, bro. So, but that's pretty much it. That's what I got going on. So, and I want to thank everyone, who tapped in today. You guys have been phenomenal. It's halftime. Mike Green, Bruce Harper, who else? Nick was there. Charles Adderley, Fly Eagles Fly. I'm trying to make sure. Daniel Berry, always a great supporter. Always there. Usually right at the very beginning on every last one of our streams.
Yep.
Tribe, thank you for being here.
Coach, did you see my stream last night?
With the Phillies?
Yeah.
Excuse me, no, I didn't get to see it.
I was attacked me with silly string. You would have laughed your ass off, Coach.
Oh wow.
Oh, he got me good. Like my ear has so much silly string on the one side. He got me good.
Oh, that's cool. I can go back and watch it now. I can definitely go back and watch it. So, I think I will when I have a moment. So,
you have a moment. Check it out. It was funny. He got me good.
Let's see, Victor. Definitely gonna check that out. Victor Tandalo. Thank you. Star Wars 99. Arku. Skeleton. Anthony Manzano, Man Cave. I'm trying to make sure got everyone. Looks like definitely did. Anthony, Nick, Victor, Skeleton, Cameron. Thank Cameron. I will be streaming sports. Raph, thank you for being here. You guys have all been phenomenal, man. I can't thank you guys enough. Alex from Big Blue in the Big Blue in the Bronx. You guys have all been outstanding. Everyone else who's just been back there just watching, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Go back and rewatch this. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, some great stuff that we had, great conversation. So,
Yep.
But that's pretty much going to be it. We're about ready to get out of here. Until next week, as I always say in sports, make sure you guys turn it on and turn it up. Talk to you next week. Peace.
Peace. Catch you on a rebound, guys.